And we should be live, hopefully. It's not too bad. Oh no. Wait, there's a thing. I gotta get rid of the thing. Fuck, where's the thing? Oh, it's right there. Begone thing. Alrighty, we good now. I'm not gonna pop up the trigger warning screen, but this is true crime. This is your verbal and auditory warning. That's a funny word. We are going to zone out, eat some dinner, and watch some true crime and see what happens. I don't think I've seen any of the details about these cases. I have seen so much true crime bullshit. It starts to meld at a point because there's a lot of similarities between different cases. So, yeah. Yeah. Hey, Ducky Man. Haha. Bro, I made a full-on, like, pretty decent fucking vegan dinner. I've got some Brussels sprouts and balsamic Brussels sprouts and tofu with some pumpkin seeds and cranberries, and then we got some cornbread stuffing. Oh no. I need to turn yours up, dude. It's really loud for me, but I don't think it's loud for stream. Also, hi, Endo. You gonna watch true crime too? I'm also like a fair amount high. So, you were the first one in chat, Ducky Man. Turn it up. Not right now. When I was in Japan, I had good tofu for the first time. It's sad that it took that long for you to have good tofu. Like, that actually kind of hurt a little. I like the texture that cooking the tofu in the oven gives it. Although honestly, for texture, air frying or just pan frying the tofu, I love that. So good. Let me pull up the videos.
On Saturday evening.
No! It's on Saturday evening. Pan fried tofu. Well, I mean, that's close enough. Mine would just have involved slightly more oil. Let me see.
On Saturday.
No, I know it happened on Saturday. Shut the fuck up. I'm gonna mute that tab just for reasons, dog.
This week, Mark.
Yeah, the last one's probably gonna make people angry. For the details that I think I know about the case, y'all are gonna be kind of angry. So that's your warning for that last one. Again, extra trigger warning. It is true crime. It's real things that happen. Usually it's violence. Usually there's either an element of assault or kidnapping or murder. Sounds good, Ducky Man. With that being said, we go to true crime. Oop, I forgot. Bam! I'm fucking there, guys. Or all three, depending on the case. Sometimes it involves underage people. Sometimes it involves adults. Or sometimes you got, a lot of times you got mental illness and other things going on mentally at play. A lot of triggers. Alright, so we've actually watched Beyond Evil before. Let me see if it'll... Where's it at? There you go. I got you. There we go. There we go. So we've watched Beyond Evil before. What the hell, Streamlabs? You know how we do it. Oh yeah, so we've watched Beyond Evil before. I don't mind their stuff from what I remember. It's just their videos tend to be shorter and they don't include like full interrogation clips or full clips of like police body cam. And when I'm taking in a case, I like to take in as much like important details. And for me, a lot of that information is very important. I don't want something cut down. But this channel does, from what I've seen from the videos I have seen, actually give out facts. They actually research things, so... Credit where credit's due. They're well-made videos. They're just short. So if you have a shorter attention span and you're not in the mood to listen to like a 3-hour, video revolving around a specific case, then this would be your channel. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and watch this. Let's see.
On Saturday evening, July the 15th, a 9-day manhunt for an accused murderer
I like
and
his voice.
kidnapper,
It's very
Michael
deep.
Burham, ended. Not
There
with
you
a
go.
bang, not with a
Let me know if
whimper,
that's too
but
loud,
with the
y'all.
barking of a dog. It was
Not a doggo.
around
Wait,
5
that was the other thing I forgot about this channel. They don't do captions usually. Okay. Let's fucking go. I'm gonna eat some fucking dinner, dogs.
On Saturday evening, July the 15th, a 9-day manhunt for an accused murderer and kidnapper, Michael Burham, ended. Not with a bang, not with a whimper, but with the barking of a dog.
You know
it was
it,
around
dog.
5:50 p.m. that a bedraggled and worn-out Michael Burham was led from a wooded area by Pennsylvania state troopers and local deputies. A tip had been
That
called
man
in
has some
almost
decent
2
facial hair.
hours earlier from a family whose dog alerted them to a trespasser on their property. When they confronted the man, he told them he had just been camping. The couple, however, recognized
He let his fucking hair grow out. I'm like, mad?
him, and he fled into the woods, as they called the police.
Brother.
Officers and troopers spread out through the Warren County, Pennsylvania forested area and were able to come up behind him, taking him into custody with no loss of life or injuries. Hounded by a week on the run and living in the wilderness, Burham was in a sorry state when they found him. Tired,
Shut,
dirty,
zombie. What
and
the fuck?
wearing his prison-issued pants inside out to hide the
What? What?
stripes. He'd be heading back to jail now with even more charges against him. So how
So
did
he
this
escaped
escape
from prison?
happen? Who was this man?
Yeah.
And what had he
Let's fucking
done
go,
to
dog.
so many people that landed him in the middle of a manhunt?
Ooh, that's a cool tattoo. Why are you being all extra hostile, zombie? What's going on? We okay? You okay?
That got national attention. Let's look into the sordid story of escapee Michael Burham. Before we begin, we would like to extend our deepest sympathies to the family and friends of
Wow.
Kayla Mae
In honor. In honor. Also, I really like her name. That's a really pretty name.
Hodgkins, who tragically lost her life in the events leading up to this. We would also like to extend our concerns to Jessica and David Anundson, who were
Aw.
allegedly kidnapped by this man.
Oh,
We hope that
shit.
no others will be victimized before Burham is brought to justice.
What is the look on his face, though, dog? No. Dude, there's so many people. How many people
To justice.
were on the scene when he was arrested? I want to know. I'm curious.
Please remember that all the charges put against Michael Burham before the escape have still not gone to trial, and he is only alleged
What?
to have done them. His guilt or innocence will have to be determined by a judge and a jury of his peers. In the matter of the escape, the situation would seem to be self-evident. Let's take a quick look at who Michael Charles Burham is. He is 34 years old, and his last known address was in Asheville, New York, just west of Jamestown. He also owned some property in Russell, Pennsylvania, near the town of Warren. An avid outdoorsman, he was a self-taught survivalist and is very knowledgeable about the areas between Jamestown, New York and Warren, Pennsylvania, including the gigantic Allegheny National Forest, a heavily wooded area that encompasses nearly 800 square miles of wilderness terrain. Burham
Holy
had
shit.
served with the U.S. Army Reserve.
Yo, national forests are no fucking joke, dog. Yeah, it said Pennsylvania, dog. He owned property there. Hey, Hypnotic. That is no fucking joke, though. Fucking. Yeah, no. 800. So this is one of those times where I feel like your fucking brain can only comprehend numbers so big, and after that, it's like, yeah, that's a lot. This is one of those numbers.
From February 2008 until December of 2020. In the reserves, he worked as a 92W water treatment specialist and as a 91C utilities equipment repairer. Burham also
Oh,
had
okay.
2 children, each with different women in Jamestown,
So
New York.
he helped with a lot
One
of the
women,
technical aspects of things.
34-year-old Kayla Mae
assume.
Hodgkin, the mother of his 11-year-old daughter, alleged that she had been held against her will and sexually assaulted on March the 13th of 2023 in Jamestown, New York. A warrant was sworn
This
out
is
for
so
his arrest,
recent.
and the first of many searches for Burham would ensue. Apparently,
Oh, no.
Michael had gone back across state lines into Pennsylvania and started hiding out near the town of Warren, a bit over 60 miles away. He managed to avoid arrest for nearly a month before police say that he returned to Jamestown to wreak
hypnotic
revenge on
Heck
Kayla.
yeah.
On May the 11th, Jamestown police were dispatched to investigate a report of shots fired at 125 Williams Street in that town. Upon arrival, they found Kayla Hodgkin unresponsive and suffering from apparent gunshot wounds. She would soon succumb to those mortal injuries. Just minutes later, another patrol car was dispatched across town for a report of a domestic disturbance with attempted breaking and entering at 109 Fulton Street. By the time officers arrived on the scene, the perpetrator had fled and had set fire to a BMW vehicle parked in the street. The home was occupied by Nicole Olive, the mother of Michael Burham's 13-year-old son. Video captured from Nicole's Ring doorbell camera showed a man who appeared to be very much like Michael, rattling the doorknob and attempting to get in.
How do you not realize that people have those kind of cameras? Especially in like a decent / okay neighborhood. Like, what the fuck, dog? Loud ass thunder outside. Gimme. I would love a storm right now. Oh my god. The best. I just feel like he had more brain cells than that. That's just sad. Imagine you go through with something that like horrific or like probably planned out.
Another
Let's
incident
be
of
honest
arson
here.
in the town at Danielson Oil happened not long after, but a connection to the other events is still being
I'm just
investigated.
not thinking about fucking
Police
doorbell
immediately put
cams.
out a be on the lookout or BOLO alert for Michael. Burham, it is thought, immediately headed back across the state line.
Police identified him as a suspect in a crime spree in Jamestown. On May 11th, someone
I
set
didn't
fire
catch
to
any of
Danielson
this shit,
Oil.
dude.
Police found a woman's body on William Street, and they responded to a car fire.
According to the criminal complaint filed before Magistrate Judge Kenneth Schroeder Jr., the Federal Bureau of Investigation alleges that a vehicle reported being seen at both homes was actually one vehicle that had been rented by Burham. The credit card used to secure the vehicle from Enterprise Rent-A-Car was Burham's. The address given was for 4681 Miller Hill Road in Russell, Pennsylvania, a property owned at one time by Michael Burham, and the phone number provided was also registered to Michael Burham according to the FBI. Burham would return the rental car, and according to FBI Special Agent Jeffrey Hamza, he said the man could be seen on surveillance tapes leaving the area on foot.
He did not seem super smart. I don't understand this. So you're telling me he fucking rented a car to get from point A to point B, and they caught that it was him doing it. Was the process just that slow? Like, what the hell? Because I would assume that credit card charge at least would go pretty fucking fast, because companies tend to take the money quick. Maybe I'm wrong and uneducated about like car rental situations, but I'm pretty sure you gotta pay before you go out on the road with the thing. It stormed bad last night. Trampolines and trees everywhere. Power out for most of the town again. Never us, though. Why does it only rain at night? And then fucking boil during the day. Aw. Bro, that would encourage my, like, nocturnal schedule even more. I would literally go out at night because I'd just be like, no, this is better. I would take an overnight, like, security position or an overnight fucking retail position.
Shortly after, Burham would check out of a local hotel. Investigations showed
It's
that
been boring,
Burham
like
had
average
rented the
weather
room
here,
at
just
that
sunny.
hotel on May the 9th, paying with his own credit card and providing his state-issued driver's license.
So then he goes to I'm so confused. How is he not caught faster? Like, how? He then uses his card again to fucking rent a hotel room. Like, what the fuck? It's like this man, like, it's just like a skit. He didn't realize he was on the run. He just decided, fuck it, I'm gonna go, like, gonna embrace those, like, bipolar tendencies.
License for ID at that time. Later in the day, another
Like,
vehicle,
bro, what the
one
fuck?
that had been previously associated with Burham and had been spotted at the hotel, was recovered in Warren, Pennsylvania, apparently abandoned by the man. There was
It's rain and lightning all damn night, so I guess it technically does rain a lot, but not when it should. That sucks, though. You sleep through it. That's ass. What context for what? how dumb this person is. They're just dumb. He's on the run and he's actively using his fucking credit card and his ID and shit. I went to school. And the sky was gray. I was hopeful it'd rain again. Less than an hour later, this guy's aw. I mean,
Would
again,
be no
for
more
people who
sightings of
prefer
Michael
the
in the
sunny,
coming days. After ditching
then
the
I get
vehicle,
that.
Burham ghosted away, possibly heading into the nearby forests to hide out. As police from Jamestown, New York, and Warren, Pennsylvania,
he
searched
shot
the
his
area
baby
with the
mama?
assistance from federal and
I'm still
state
kind of
authorities,
I don't know
Burham
what the
managed
actual.
to stay off the radar. He was
I
the
don't
subject
really-
of
I don't-
regular
it didn't
news
click what the
reports,
connection
and
was.
wanted posters were put
He
out
shot
for him
someone.
throughout the region, but to no avail. Then, on May the 20th,
He also
some
kidnapped
9
someone
days later, a
previously?
911 call led Pennsylvania State
And
Police to
assaulted
do a
them?
wellness check on an elderly couple living in Sheffield, Pennsylvania,
Oh, not
just
Grandmama!
12 miles down the road.
No!
The couple, Jessica and David Aronson, had been expected at their granddaughter's soccer game earlier in the day but had never arrived.
Aw,
Calls to their house and cell
no.
phones by the daughter had gone unanswered, and their silver
Oh,
2022 Honda CRV was missing from the home. An
Hell
immediate
yeah.
missing persons report was sent out, and police in Pennsylvania and neighboring states began looking for the Honda and the couple. It would be the next day, on May the 21st, when the South Carolina Highway Patrol would be dispatched to a report of the Aronsons being found, thankfully alive.
Hey.
Folks, let's take a
Let's
moment to
go.
introduce you to the sponsor
No.
of today's video. Town clues, and reveals. To mind, twist. You can ravel.
I want to find an app game that has like a
kid
dark,
seeing
like
the
weird
alerts of
history, like an
by a
ARG
man
app
they
game.
identified.
What is that
They
face?
told police they
Wait,
had
no.
been
What
kidnapped
was
at
that?
gunpoint by a man they identified as Michael Burham. They said they had seen
What
the
is that
alerts about
picture,
him
dog?
prior to encountering the man and recognized him immediately. They told police that he
No.
then forced them to get in the car and ride with him south and
Imagine
out
not
of
using
the
the line,
search
"Fuck
area,
you, dog."
crossing over at least 3 other state lines before finally forcing them out of the car at a cemetery. Luckily, he drove
Jesus.
off without causing any further harm to the elderly couple, but leaving them stranded in North Charleston, South Carolina, a long way from home, but not much worse for wear.
Aww.
It wouldn't be long
Still,
before
you
state
fucking
troopers and
stole
police
Grandmama!
found Aronson's Honda CRV just a short distance down the road from where they had been dropped off. The car, abandoned, had a very curious note left inside, written by Michael Burham and addressed to his father, Wally Burham. It read, "Hey Dad, I'm safe for now. Just left the area. Sorry for all the problems I caused the family. I quit drinking since May the 10th. I am not sorry for what I did, however. I do feel terrible about the children. I would like and to adopt. Talk to you soon.
Jesus
Love,
Christ,
Mike.
no.
P.S. Have transfer the phone to your name." Berkeley County deputies and police from neighboring areas were put on alert to be looking for any signs of Burham.
Dude.
In one case, a man riding a bicycle down one of the country roads was stopped by deputies and questioned at the side of the road after backup officers arrived on the scene. Dashcam footage from one of the backup patrol vehicles on the scene showed the results of the stop. As the officers question the man, he begins to take stock of his chances. After looking at the physical
Oh,
condition
shit.
of the 3 deputies that were around him, Burham
Wow.
decided to leg it and took off for the woods. The deputies, almost comically, lunged after him before quickly giving up the foot
Oh my
chase.
God, oh
Before
no.
long, a local homeowner would call
No.
police to let them know that a strange man had been seen near a shed on their property. This time, after sending a larger contingent of police, Burham was caught and brought out of the woods on May the 24th. He would be transferred to Buffalo, New
man
York
legitimately
on June the 14th,
ran from the
where he would
police.
stand on the interstate felony charges. Those federal charges against him would be waived to allow him to be extradited and charged first in Pennsylvania, with the intention of him also being prosecuted
Damn.
in New York State for the alleged murder and arson. On June the 20th, Burham would be put into the Warren County Jail to await trial
Yeah.
under a $1 million bond. And wait, he did, at least for a while. As
They
per
were too
Pennsylvania
thick.
Department of Corrections rules, Burham was allowed 1 hour of time each day to go into the yard and exercise.
Okay.
At
all
this
right.
small facility built to house
Be
people who are
nice.
awaiting trial or who had been sentenced
Hey,
to
meme god.
less than 2 years of medium security imprisonment, the yard was an
This is ridiculous. I feel that the fucking okay. So I can only judge based on the cases I've heard how long it takes. And I know that times for response and under different conditions and different circumstances do vary from police department to police department. Depends on who they got, what's going on. Like, there's a shit ton of factors, and I get that. But fucking, it feels like they've had tons of opportunities if they acted just a little faster to stop him. Like, maybe, granted, it was a luck thing. Maybe, again, it was, I'm being, like, irrational about this. But fucking, it really does feel like they could have already caught him. Like, it didn't have to be that long a process. You didn't have to have that many
enclosed chain link cage on the
occurrences
top
happen.
floor of the facility, open to the elements with chain link over the top of it. The 40 by 40 foot enclosure also featured exercise equipment and a weight machine.
Nice,
Each day,
you get
Burham
swole.
and 2 other inmates would be allowed to make use of the area for their exercise time, while detention officers monitored the yard either in person or through CCTV. It was during this time that Burham must have spotted a weak spot or possibly a broken area in the enclosure at the top of the cage.
Are you kidding
Realizing
me?
that spot was near the pull-up bar's equipment, he put a plan into work that saw him creating a rope from prison-issued bed sheets. On Thursday night, July the 6th, just after 11 p.m., Burham was let out into the yard with 2 other inmates. 22 minutes later, he was still visible on the CCTV cameras. At 23 minutes, he was gone. In the couple of minutes it took to verify what they saw, Burham had climbed up on the pull-up machine, made his way through the chain-link fence, then the adjoining metal roof of the building. He secured his rope and climbed down to the ground below some 4 stories, a height that likely would have killed him had the knots on the rope slipped or if he had lost his grip. The last image anyone has of him at the jail that night was a security camera footage of him making his getaway. Orange striped pants and shirt, orange Croc shoes, and his prison-issued denim jacket. He disappeared into the night. Authorities immediately posted an all-points lookout for the escaped prisoner, advising any and all that Michael Burham was to be considered armed and dangerous, knowing that he was a self-taught survivalist with a good knowledge of the nearby 800-square-mile Allegheny National Forest. Resources were called in at the local, state, and federal levels. Some 15 agencies began combing the nearby towns and highways. Patrolmen, deputies, state police, park rangers, fish and wildlife officers.
I just imagine a fucking dude escapes and someone higher up is like, who escaped? And they're just like, they say his name. And then like there's a dramatic camera pan and it's like, not him, he's the survivalist. And then just like the race against time to try to keep him from getting to the wilds where he is indeed a survivalist. And they are very much not. Like, what?
And FBI agents.
You don't understand. We have to keep him away from our parks.
Residents were urged to
keep
their
there
homes
for
and
years.
cars locked and to be mindful that the man had already been accused of 1 murder and kidnapping. Helicopters,
that has to be mildly
drones,
terrifying for people near the fucking
prison.
Prison
For the man. Over the coming days,
or near the
leads
parks,
were
not the
followed,
prison.
a
My brain
couple of
switched
potential
those fucking words
survival
out.
gear stashes were found, and questions arose as to.
And here's what I have to say: if he actually is a survivalist and he did stuff in the park before, which I'm assuming he would have, if he is actually a survivalist, it's not abnormal, although it's not fully legal. It's actually, I don't think it's legal really at all without the property owner's permission. You have a lot of survivalists that do it as like a regular hobby / like lifestyle thing that actually fucking hide or bury like survival gear stashes. Not to that extreme where you have 2 full bags, but like a backpack that has like the basic shit in it. That's not super abnormal. So like, yeah.
Whether or not he had assistance
keep this
from
man away
someone
from
in the
grass.
community. Back in Jamestown, New York, the survivors from the attack
Be a
on
shit
Kayla
disabler,
Hodgkin's
glue
home
their
were
cheeks
whisked away
together
to
and watch
safety,
them
and
explode.
Nicole Overton and her
fuck,
family
man?
were taken into protective custody just in case he was able to make it back there. Jailhouse telephone call records showed that he had called his son at her home just hours before he made his escape. He asked what the boy had done for the 4th of July holiday and whether or not he and his mother were still at their home. Over the next 9 days, roughly 200 officers would be actively searching for the man. Hunches that he would have more difficulty
That's gotta be
this
so
time
terrifying
and would
for the
basically
family
be
as
trapped
well.
in the area did pan out. On July the 15th, a couple of hours before dusk, Burham was led from the woods in handcuffs. His flight was over. He would be returned to the jail and quickly transferred to a more secure facility to await trial. Now, facing even more charges
now
than
they're
before.
staring at you, bro.
At
They're
the
just
time
like, no,
of this
no
video,
more.
the new court date had not been set for Michael Burham. At the request of the Warren County Commission, repairs were slated to be made at the local jail, and the Pennsylvania Department of Corrections had been asked to come in and review the
They should
facility
take this
to
man to
improve
different
their
jails just to
security.
see if
We
there's
will
any
keep you
weak
updated
points.
if anything comes of this trial, or if Michael Burham somehow manages to disappear again. In all of the excitement of the escape, manhunt, and recapture, we must remember the crimes that
I
Burham
feel like there are
stands
so
accused
many
of are
fucking
among the worst
places
ones
that
on
could
the
have
books.
stopped.
If he was the man who did them, then we should be thankful that he harmed no one else during his flight. If you found this case compelling, don't forget to like the video.
Shush, I will. Already done. What the fuck? Oh shit, take this as a ground of salt because this is a fucking comment, but this video, number one, is only 5 days old. This comment is 4 days old. I actually live in Erie, PA, and this man is currently being held at the Erie County Prison here. He attacked a guard there, so they will be adding those charges now, too. This was a big deal, and residents were also warned to be on alert for him as well. He's definitely got quite a list of charges built up. We'll see what happens. You got someone in the comments claiming to be around neighboring counties, and they feel the same. Firefighters have health and fitness standards, so why shouldn't police? He held the mother of his child, the baby mama, against her will, and allegedly, because he hasn't actually finished the case, and he assaulted her. And then that escalated to he ended up actually killing someone. But it started with that from what the video explained. He escalated. He escalated. Go figure. Oh yeah, that'll do it. I don't think I'm going to do this one because we already have a lot of the context for that. Stranger Stories. He's going to have fucking red circles and fucking arrows, and I'm going to get fucking pissed, dog. But yeah, Sandra thinks she's getting away with murder.
It's 10 years since a husband was found stabbed to death in his home, and his wife Sandra was sent to prison for the murder.
When we interviewed Sandra in prison,
this one, okay, so this one, from what I least spoilery, I don't know any of the details of the case. All I know is that there's a controversy, I guess, around this case in particular, where a chunk of people think that she isn't guilty, and a chunk of people think that she is guilty. So I thought it'd be kind of interesting to see. I don't remember any names from the case, so I don't know. We'll see what happens. And she had news interviews and shit.
She told us it was a home invasion.
No, I did not kill my husband.
This video contains the interview of a woman whose husband was murdered in the next room and is believed to have staged a break-in to cover up her
mustache
crime.
game, though.
December
Damn.
22nd, 2012. Sandy and Jamie Melgar were celebrating 32 years of marriage. The couple was known to be happy and devoted
Well,
to
it's
each other.
controversy
No
involving, I
outward
think, the
signs of
police
problems.
and the actual
After dinner at one of their favorite restaurants, they headed home to
oh god,
relax
the
in
courtroom
jacuzzi.
antics as well.
At some point, the dogs began to make a noise. Jamie said he was going to take care of it. Sandy Melgar got out of the
Words
tub
are hard. I'm
and
high. I
decided
don't know,
to
man.
dress in her closet. The next thing she knew, she was waking up the next day, tied up and lying on the floor. Jamie had been murdered in the next room. From the
Shit.
start, the police believed that Melgar was guilty. Although there was no motive or physical evidence to show that she had committed the crime, no other suspect was ever found.
I didn't take a picture of my fingers. Those were tied also.
We'll get to that here in a second.
This is so crusty musty, but guys, we have a bald detective in there. This is gonna go smooth as fuck. For some reason, that's the thing. So I wonder if this is actually gonna go smooth. Nothing's gonna beat the fucking interview from the last true crime
I need to
stream.
do a
What
statement
the fuck
from
was
you.
that?
Okay, that's why we're here. and I will record and do a little statement and get
Nice.
some questions from you answered. Case number 12176-269 is Sunday, December 23rd, 2012. This is Sean Carroll, Harris County Sheriff's Office, homicide, 60 Henry 42. The current time is 9:42 p.m. The incident occurred at 9538 Kelsey Meadows Circle. Also with me is Sergeant Duce. Sergeant Duce, can you identify yourself?
I'm 60 Henry 39.
Okay. Ma'am, can you identify yourself for me?
Sandra Melgar.
Okay. What is your date of birth,
Nice.
ma'am? And your home address is where?
9538 Kelsey Meadows.
How about they didn't censor all the audio?
Where were you
Her
at?
birthday's
Let's start
avalanche
from the morning when
sounds.
you woke up today.
Just fucking
Where were you at? Yes.
Roblox oof sound effect, but with all the reverb.
This morning.
Yes.
Okay, what about
Alphonse.
yesterday? Let's start yesterday.
Yesterday.
I love how the bald one is also
Which would be
leading the
Saturday.
fucking interview. Fucking amazing.
We went out to eat.
Okay, where'd y'all go eat at?
Mexican restaurant. I think it was Bravos or
Melgar and her husband had gone out to celebrate their 32nd anniversary.
Aw.
And what time was that?
no, it wasn't Don Bravos. It was Cuco's. I'm gonna say about 8. I mean, I'm just guessing. I don't know.
Okay, so approximately 8 o'clock
Mm-hmm.
on Saturday. And then after that, what did you do?
How sad is that
Was
for
your
him, though?
husband? Who is your husband?
Like the victim in this
What is your
instance, because
husband's
either
Melgar.
they celebrated their anniversary, went
Was he
home,
with you when y'all went to eat? Okay. Did y'all
and
come
he
home or
had
was he
a
not?
pretty normal evening up until his wife fucking murdered him. Or, alternatively, devil's advocate this here, they go celebrate
Okay,
their
then.
anniversary, they come home, they enjoy the rest of
Melgar
their
had texted
evening,
daughter
they
that
go
she
to
and Jamie
bed,
had stopped at
and then
CVS
intruders
to pick
break
up
in.
some drink mixes, which they intended to use that evening.
Oh, this was before?
And when you got
This is
home,
before
what
they
did
even
y'all do?
celebrated?
We made some drinks.
That's just so sad. Okay, they didn't get to celebrate. Like, that has to suck either way
This
you
is
slice
on
it from the victim's POV,
Saturday
bro.
night.
Because either you get murdered by someone that you thought you
Jacuzzi,
loved
talking
and
about the
knew and
bathtub,
trusted,
in
or
your
you get
master
murdered by a
bathroom.
complete random
Jacuzzi.
stranger. In your fucking
Both of y'all got
home.
in the jacuzzi?
Yes.
Okay. Then where were you sitting in the jacuzzi?
With my back towards. I was on the left. The left. We were facing it.
Facing on the left. So by the mirror and the sink on that side, the left side?
Mm-hmm.
Not the bathroom side.
There's a mirror on both sides. It's
Okay.
on both sides.
But if you're just standing straight at it, you're on the left side. And then where was your husband at?
On the right side.
Okay.
I kind of love that
And
they're
then what?
actually asking all these fucking questions because that's what you should be doing.
We were there for about maybe 2 hours.
It's stupid little details, but that's how you get people fucking tripped up on certain things, or that's how you get people to just
What were you talking
disprove
about?
things that they try to claim later.
We were supposed to be celebrating our anniversary.
When is your anniversary? Of December?
Bro, I don't think there should be any extra things going on in December.
I'm sorry.
You already have
what
like
time
end
did
of
you
year
stay in the
shenanigans. You
jacuzzi?
have winter holidays. There's always so much shit going on in December, man.
Dinner.
Went to dinner at
maybe
8.
about about maybe 8. We stayed there for a long while.
What time did you get home?
Probably midnight. I'm just guessing. I don't know.
And did you immediately get into the jacuzzi at that time when you got home?
We made drinks and went straight to the jacuzzi.
Where'd you make the drinks?
We just grabbed we went to CVS to get the Coke
Nice.
and the Sprite. And we just grabbed a bottle of vodka and some ice. And
Which
Sprite.
CVS did you go to?
It's right there.
Like, they should be asking these questions because they should look at the cameras from that evening.
Yes, ma'am. Okay. So you went there on the way home, stopped off at CVS,
Mhm.
and then you went home.
Right.
So sometime around midnight you got home, right?
Yeah.
And did y'all go straight?
I
to the
feel
jacuzzi
like a
at that
lot of
time?
people.
And
What the fuck?
which car were y'all traveling in to get home?
I feel like a lot of people
Infinity.
would jump
one
to
that was in
stage
the
something
garage?
as a break, as like a
And
break-in abduction
y'all pulled in there.
situation. Y'all know how hard it is to actually fucking fake that shit? Like, there's a ton of cases where people try to, like, frame or make it look like a fucking kidnapping or just a random sporadic break-in happened, and it's really hard to get everything correct. To have everything actually match up what an honest-to-God break-in looks like. I think some of my favorite instances, I don't remember names, but there's been more than a couple cases where it's stupid shit like, oh yeah, where the glass was or the way the glass was on the ground, outside, inside the window, doesn't match a pattern for someone
Around
breaking
midnight.
the window from the outside, which is what they're claiming. Like, stupid shit like that is what they will catch you on. You should not be doing that.
Did you close the garage?
I went in first.
Because that makes this whole process, this shit, fucking 80 times harder. If you're doing this, especially because if she called her attorney, if she said I don't want to speak to anyone without A, B, and C present, they'll try to get her to speak. But if she's smart and sticks to her guns, like, they actually have to mediate that discussion. Whereas this is how you get tripped up on shit, because you're gonna give them one story or one version of events, and then when they ask about it later, and you're dumb enough to give a statement, or you have to give a statement for something, depending on what stage of the game it is, you'll forget shit or shit will change.
He had a couple of bags, our doggy bags, and what we got at CVS to get. So I think he made 2 trips. I don't know who closed. I grabbed the drinks and went to the
I don't know. I'm
tub.
kind of based because I already know if I'm
I mean, you
anywhere
have to
near
close
this
the door
situation,
behind
I'm not
us,
speaking
you
without
close
some
the
type of
door, right?
representation. Either I pay a
Those
lawyer
doors
or
were
the
closed.
state
So, what
appoints
about
me
the other
someone.
garage door?
But like, no, this
Mhm.
shit is not happening.
The only time he opens that one is if he's working, or
Because
Then we
this
have
is a
traps.
trapped fucking situation.
So was it closed when you got home last night? But besides, you had to open the one to get the car in the garage.
right?
The other one was closed.
It's just all
You
these
didn't
little
close the door
details that they're
back
gonna
there
double
last
and
night?
triple check. And it's always something stupid that actually like makes it
So
lean
then y'all
more
went
in
straight
favor
in
of
and
them
What'd y'all do? Let's go through
like
the steps.
faking it or it not being true. It's the dumbest
He
shit.
started running the tub, and
Melgar's timeline isn't going to be precise. Not only had she been drinking,
That is a good
but it had
defense
been a
though.
night meant to celebrate and relax, and she wouldn't have given
Yeah.
any thought to check.
I
on
hate
time.
those kind of questions though altogether because fucking and I know I'm like not I know like certain things can play into it, right? But I tend to hyperfixate on things, even if it's activities that I'm like looking forward to, or I tend to zone out altogether. At work is a good example of that. I just zone the fuck out. And it's not like I can't do my work. I still do my fucking work to my damnedest. It's just I kind of zone out in the sense of like being able to tell accurately or guess accurately or judge accurately how much time has passed. So, sometimes I'll look back down at the clock and be like, oh god, it's only been like 3 minutes. And other times I'll look back, down at the clock and be like, shit, it's been 3 hours. Normally at work, it's more like, oh, it's been almost a full hour or almost a full hour and a half because we tend to do breaks every like 2.5 hours. But like, that kind of shit. Those questions fucking frighten me because I know if I'm ever in a position and I'm dumb enough not to ask for representation and not to shut the fuck up, I would answer in those ways because most of the time I don't know the specific time unless it's something that I'm specifically planning. I don't keep that in my brain. I don't. It's just one of those things.
Recently released another.
No, actually, I mean
shows
honestly, I kind of do recommend their Patreon. Good shit.
Interrogation at Patreon.
Dressed.
/Stranger Stories Plus.
And Patreon can do the whole thing where they can go into more details that you can't necessarily go into for YouTube, or use verbiage that you can't exactly use on YouTube. Which for true crime stuff is good if you want the full details of the case, even if it's kind of ugly.
Dressed, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Go through the steps.
Well, I got there first and started mixing the drinks, and then I got undressed and lit some candles. I think maybe he lit the candles. I think he lit the candles.
Where did you get undressed? What were you wearing?
Jesus Christ, I'm gonna check out Elden Ring, Hypnotic Damn. Damn. Oh my god, I'm gonna check out Elden Ring in like 2 more paychecks, dog, but I will check it out.
I think I was wearing.
To be fair, that is one that I've been like kind of heavy eyeballing.
A brown sweater, turtleneck, and brown boots.
It's all the stupid stuff that can be double checked, and they will. Fucking the better police departments that actually like do their jobs, or in my opinion, what their jobs should be, like double checking things that are given as answers in specific types of cases. Fucking something as dumb as like with the outfit you were wearing or anything else. Although, again, in her defense, I think her defense can rely very heavily on the fact that she was indulging that night, although not overdoing it, and that she was celebrating. But still. This is why you don't fucking ask for Saul Goodman. Say he can represent me, dog. And then don't say anything else.
Got in the jacuzzi first. And then he came. And then what?
Fair enough.
That's at midnight.
I know that Dark Souls is probably a no-go unless I want to do something funky, like put a specific challenge in place where I'm probably going to.
How long were y'all
What the fuck?
And what were y'all talking about?
Fair, but what?
Years we've had about my daughter, about his job.
The problem is you gotta question, is she just being naive and answering these questions because she's innocent, or because she has a less of a role to play in what actually happened, or... You know, is she thinking that this is a way to manipulate it and yeah.
Nothing particular.
I hate that that's even a question. I feel like the default should really just be you have representation. I know it's in there because technically it's a constitutional thing. If like from a very technical, you have to basically know that it's an option and it should be provided as an option, but like I don't know, with how stupid the general public is and with how our criminal justice system is set up and how these police officers and more specifically these detectives are trained and how the laws work, it seems very predatory unless you know exactly what the fuck is going on, you know? And like law school literally takes fucking years. I mean, it is an intense field. So like I don't know, man. I hate the whole going into it and like there are people that actually genuinely believe, and this is the scariest thing to me, people that are older than I am that genuinely believe that if you want representation for yourself, you are 110% guilty. Like they don't even need to hear the details of what's going on, that you are very obviously guilty. Because you should just be able to talk to the cops and tell them, and then you're innocent, obviously. Like, no! Unfortunately, that's not how it works. You can install mods for Dark Souls, the classes that make you overpowered as hell. There's one mask that lets you shoot insta-killing feces. Huh? What are you talking about? Like, that's probably the only instance I'd play Dark Souls, is to just fuck around with mods. Especially if it makes it so that I can be OP. Why, though? Why the fuck?
Move the dogs because they were barking too much.
What was he wearing?
The towel.
Okay.
So
he
went out in a towel.
Move the dogs.
Oh no, they were coming back from the hot tub?
Fuzzy shoes, I'm not sure.
Okay.
Yeah, a fucking hot tub. That's fucking sick.
How long was that?
That's the only way I played Elden Ring. What?
Y'all sat there for a good solid 2 hours talking?
Yeah.
And he didn't move?
He went out once to get ice.
Where to get ice? In the kitchen? Then he comes back.
I played my first time as an invincible. Of course you did.
It
does not fucking surprise me.
They're
Immediately
inside
just
that
hopping up to God mode.
And
Okay.
Then he got out and said he was moving the dogs to the office because when they're too loud, they want the neighbors to complain.
What breed of dogs did they have?
Melgar
Or
had
did I
also
miss
texted
that?
her daughter
I
that the
apologize
dogs
if
were
I'm
barking
oblivious to
and that
certain
Jean
things.
had
I
gone
am
to see what
slightly
was
high.
upsetting
I
her.
just.
So that's what he did. And he just, you know, it was taking a while, so I got out and was gonna get dressed or change.
I have better things to do than
in
learn
my
game.
closet.
That's so sad. That's so sad,
And I went in there
man.
and it started to change. And that's all I remember until I woke up. And then I remember I woke up and I thought I had a seizure because my muscles hurt and my head was just hurting real bad. And usually lately I've been having trouble with
That feels like definitely cheating. It's already bad enough I do that with Fallout. Motherfuckers run around level 700. I fucking can't with that shit, man. I
Melgar had
cannot.
suffered from epileptic seizures for decades, just one of multiple health issues she experienced.
fell asleep
You know what I really want to do with mods? Fucking more Fallout, dog.
until
I kind of want to
Around
replay.
later,
What was the
I
first
was
one I played? My brain is
Well,
like in
I was
another
tied
dimension
up.
right now. That game, Fallout 4. Yeah, I want to play that game with just all the
Trying
fucking
to
mods.
flip over.
I
'Cause
need to actually get the
left
game.
side
I'm not
was
trying to be an
kinda
asshole. I
falling
cannot
asleep.
swing it right now.
So I tried to flip over
I'm
then I
trying to do
got
smart
stuck.
things. I'm starting up my savings account tomorrow and
where
fucking.
it was.
I get my paycheck tomorrow. I figured I'd set my savings
That's all I need.
account either tomorrow or the next day, and then I would immediately pull
That's it. I mean, I would tell you more if I remembered more. I just
some
don't.
from my main account, and then every time that I get my paycheck, I'll set at least a minimum goal of what I want to throw in there,
Yeah,
where I
thing.
can always go over
Yeah,
that, but
thing.
minimally every paycheck I
My-
want to deposit or
My legs
move
were cramping
X amount.
And my wrists hurt.
I played Sekiro as Common Rider Gaiam and Common Rider Shinobi. Very
Like,
nice.
I got hit on the head. I
Bro,
mean,
whenever I get
fell
fired, zombie, I'm just gonna
pushed
binge that
the
fucking
water.
show. I'm finally gonna hit the fuck it button. I look at it every time that I remember looking at it, I'm like, fuck, there's so much other shit I need to watch and do. That's my problem.
He got
I
out
get
to go
fucking
check on the dogs, to go move the dog. What time was that?
Sekiro is a weeb Dark Souls. Oh, okay.
And I said,
That
"Well,
fucking fits, dog.
And
This camera looks like someone actually wiped their dirty
You
ass
did
cheeks
that.
on it.
what kind of noises did you hear?
There's
and
no
I think
anime
because
though.
he was still running.
I have been
You
hooked
only got out
on
because
funny
he was running.
on funny mafia show, huh?
Sometimes
So
you
it's
have to
just
turn it off in the
Japanese.
closet.
Okay. Alrighty then, dog.
Yeah.
We don't judge the
So we
weebs
turn it
here.
off.
At least I don't.
Music
Hypnotic
making
does.
noise.
I don't.
Pretty loud.
Mhm.
I'm guilty
Couldn't
of
hear
some
anything
weeb
over
shit.
Hear
Sopranos.
anybody scream?
No.
I've never
Hear the
seen.
dogs? Or you could hear the dogs bark.
I think I'd see
Yeah,
some of
but
the
they
like
were
over the top
outside.
ads for it, and I'd just be like,
So you have to go outside to
I
get
don't
them?
know about that, man.
I don't think
I could
so.
be watching
Usually he
fucking
just calls me.
Transformers.
They come in the doggy door?
Yeah.
So you don't have to open the door.
Have they mentioned what breed of dog? What breed of
Sometimes,
dog?
'Cause some of them
Doggy
don't
door
know.
would indicate
Yeah.
smaller dog,
If
probably.
you opened the door last night, you would have heard that, right?
What the hell? It's a very silly show. So many of the characters remind me of my
The front?
uncles.
No, you need that.
What?
Well, whatever door
No.
you'd have to open.
No,
I
thank
wouldn't
you.
have it. No.
Alright, I'm gonna grab a soda. I'll be right
So
back. I'm
they
not
got
even gonna
close to the
unpause it. I
jacuzzi.
have my headset on.
Melgar
It's
may
fine.
not have heard the door. It was a background noise that could easily be blocked out, unless she was listening for it specifically. And as far as she knew, her husband was handling whatever was going on with the dogs.
There's nothing wrong with enjoying Kring.
So when you're in the jacuzzi, what are you wearing when you're in the jacuzzi?
You'd betrayed me, zombie.
Nothing
You
at all.
fag.
And when who found you today?
Oh yeah.
My sister-in-law, Carmen.
The Melgars had planned a family get-together for the following day. Jim Melgar's brother, Herman Melgar, and his family arrived at the house
I like their
at
last
4:30
name.
p.m.
It's funky.
Herman Melgar said they knocked on the door, but no one answered.
Mm.
He noticed one of the garage doors was open, and they used that to enter the house.
I can't
They
believe
called
Meme
for
God
Sandy
got a
and James.
katana. He has
At
a
first,
chief full weeb
received
potential.
no response.
Meme God is I
Once
I
they
think he's a
finally heard a
self-admitted
weak cry for help,
weeb.
they went
There's
to the
nothing
master
wrong with that,
bedroom,
man.
where they found a chair, blocking
Let
the
people
bathroom
enjoy
walk-in closet,
things.
and moved it.
Okay. What were you wearing when your sister-in-law found you?
This robe and this nightgown.
Do you have any underwear on? Randy's on.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus Christ. I will not let people enjoy things that
you
I
have any
do
shoes
not.
on?
This is the way of the internet.
No, just
This is the way.
Socks?
Bro, I have a massive need to fucking cosplay
And-
as someone for The Mandalorian. And all the cosplay for that
Why would
fucking
you
show
start
is so
where-
expensive.
when
Either to
whoever
build
found
or
you
like
at that
buy
point
the
would
the
happen.
pieces. It's so fucking tedious and expensive.
Um,
One day I will just go full fucking like
I heard
full fucking
Well,
hyper
when I wake
focused
up, I
mental
hear
illness
the-
mode
the
and just
dogs
hyper fixate on fucking just
crying
making a
and
set of
stuff.
armor from the Star Wars universe. Good
one-
lord.
and
Really
then
expensive.
All of a sudden they started
Too
barking,
expensive for me, man.
and then that's when I heard their voices.
I would be able to buy
Okay. And where are you at right this
what the
time?
fuck?
In the closet. But I was like
Making
up
me look
against
it
the
up? Yeah.
bottom of the-
Yeah.
The
It
door.
would be more than a VR headset if you properly like either
and
have
yelling.
replica
Okay.
level armor to make a decent costume or if you actually made the pieces.
They-
And I'm saying that if you don't already have, obviously, I'm gonna pause it real quick. I'm saying that obviously if you don't have the shit to actually like make the armor, like the tools themselves are expensive.
I think
Yo, you should do that, Alphonse. Yeah.
Herman or her husband first,
Yeah, way too expensive.
and he tried to untie it and he couldn't. And
And then of course if you get
Untie
the
what?
different pieces like made professionally and then either you edit it or you keep it the way it is and just put
Okay,
it together.
How are you
That's
tied?
expensive because a lot of that shit is if you're doing it also again like
behind-
through the right
behind my
people's
back.
custom, which means it takes time.
behind my back,
That-
and then my legs
No.
also tied back here. But I couldn't straighten them.
No.
Were your legs tied?
I got my costume for it. Well, yeah, you could get cheaper costumes, but
No, but I couldn't reach.
nice.
I tried
Yeah.
to untie my.
Not all of us have 3D printers. Also, it would be, in most cases, wouldn't it be 3D printing? Then it would be sanding and doing any alterations there. Then it would be like
So you're in
prepping
the
it for
closet,
painting it, and then doing like final coat bullshittery
Herman
to protect it
shows-
from the
shows
elements.
up 'cause he hears you
It's
yelling.
not like it's a fucking
Okay,
two-step.
what does he do at that point? When he
Buy
finds
one? I don't have an extra PC to sell, dog.
He tries to untie
How
me,
dare you.
and I couldn't.
One
And then-
day,
walk-
the
he
day I
just
get a
right
fucking
walks-
3D
sees you in
printer is the
closet,
day that I
walks
have a
right in.
lot of fucking free time because I will be making the dumbest and weirdest
No,
shit.
the chair was blocking it. There was a
No.
chair.
You don't have photo
I even
cards?
keep that chair in the closet.
How was it blocking the door?
I don't know, but I just saw when you moved it, it like blocked.
I need the
chair,
PC
and
to
then he-
game, brother.
You know, the chair when you
Something overpriced. No.
when he tried.
I don't have the heart
open
to
the
pull
door,
that. I don't have the energy,
chair
the
stopped
slight,
and
really.
he moved
I
the
don't want
chair
to fucking waste
and
any extra
opened the
income on
door.
anything. And like, I don't know. That feels
Door that
wrong.
goes
That feels
way
wrong.
behind me.
Like, it's one thing if you
And,
find something for cheap, right? Like, randomly
Yeah,
at like a
screaming.
used store or something, and then like fix
And
it up
running-
and then resell it.
running
But
in.
like, to just
Then she
overprice
couldn't
stuff to
find me either.
overprice
I
stuff.
said, "There's some
No.
scissors and." You know, you keep
But then my
scissors and-
overlay's gone. I need my fucking PC to put my overlay up so you can
Yeah.
see me. And the sound alerts and all the extra stuff that wouldn't be set
Why
up.
was the family members over there today?
My husband
We do,
was
zombie.
invited for lunch, for dinner.
If it makes
Your
you,
husband
well,
did?
Mhm.
When
I
tonight?
mean, a lot of people with varying morals tend to get further than other people with other morals, so at least there's that.
And they're coming to eat at your house
Mhm.
tonight.
So they're just confirming
Well,
that
we
they're getting a first like run through of what the
And
fuck
Mom
is
was
going on,
bringing
dog.
turkey
Yummy.
and, some sides, I guess.
can't get over how bad this is. Like, the actual fucking quality of it. At this point, it's not even... I don't think it's worth having a camera, dog. I rob a bank in Gmod? Let's fucking go. I need to play more Gmod, but it means, like, looking up maps and, like, all that kind of shit. What the fuck? No. I know. I'm aware.
The detective let
Just all caps.
go by.
Fucking
Melgar
Gmod, Half-Life, Pussy, Fallout.
So when you're in the jacuzzi,
Saul Goodman, Breaking Bad, Obamana, sometimes. Those are all the words to summon Hypnotic. And titties. I don't know if I said titties. Or any variation of titties.
when you're in the jacuzzi.
Fuck yeah, dog.
We're just talking about what we're gonna do in the future when you know.
Where does he work at? Where does your husband work at?
I don't know, document. I don't know when that's happening. I'm not making promise,
What does
but
he do for HIC?
if I can, I will. I don't see an issue with it.
He's IT guy.
And where do you work at?
I don't work.
What the fuck kind of phone is that?
Y'all had no disagreements
No.
at
We
all.
got along very well.
You ever have any fights?
Usually they were because of my daughter, but she's
I love playing Gmod Wizard where I wait 15 minutes for the mod to sync only for it to instantly disconnect me because he's across the fucking planet.
So what we're not
Oh
planning for the future.
no!
What y'all want to do in the future?
That's horrible.
we're gonna move.
That should make me sad.
Travel.
I think the best and the worst thing about the internet is the fact that you can connect with people that you would otherwise have more than likely never met or run into in real life. It's such a weird blessing and curse situation because you have this level of connectivity that's like awesome, and it opens up a lot more potential like futures and options for a person to not only like grow but form connections and influence how their lives go. But the downside is when you're fucking trying to game with your homeboy and you can never actually play like a true relaxed game with him because shit always fails or disconnects or has issues because you're gaming with someone in a different part of the globe. I mean, it's how I feel about Twitch as well. I mean, anywhere where people have a forum to connect, it's like just as good, but also.
Melgar is still in shock. In less than 24 hours, she went from celebrating.
She seems actually upset. You know what I mean? Like, granted, we've seen a lot of videos where people fake their tears, and we're only going off of like 8 pixels. But I don't know, something about like the cadence of her tone and how she's like the body language she's been. I don't know. It doesn't read as like super guilty.
Future with him at all.
Imagine the 2 times I was in New York I saw you, although you literally said you were in New York City. I am a good few hours drive from New York City, so that's not really a thing. That would have happened unless I was doing something in New York City, which I don't have really I have a reason to go there. I don't know if I could thrive in that environment. Thank you, Ducky Man. I shouldn't be anyone's idol streamer, though. Like, she does seem actually genuinely upset. It's kind of interesting seeing someone just appear to at least break down or melt down. You have someone just sitting in the corner on his phone. Oh, like that? I don't know. To me, that seems more of a... I don't know. I don't know, man. All I'm saying is I've watched some interrogations and interviews, and this just gives me weird vibes because of how she's answering these questions. Nice. Let's go. Well, I mean, I
As long
haven't
as you
even been there
understand
at all.
what
I've
has
never
happened.
gone directly to New York.
What's happened?
Nice.
I'm trying to remember.
Nice.
If
Butter dog. Dog with the butter.
CVS, there was a car following us because when we came in our neighborhood,
That is kind
it was
of...
still behind us.
It is kind of weird that she just brings that up now, but people, I mean, if she, again, devil's advocate here, if she actually wasn't involved or was a very low amount of involved with her husband's death, right? Yeah. He's just always there, dog. Fucking, what was I saying? I'm a little distractible right now.
And he was really close. And my husband, I get upset with him because he
Oh yeah,
drives
devil's
slower
advocate,
than-
if she is telling the
when
truth
someone's
here.
tailgating him, and I tell him, "Don't
Yeah,
do
you
that."
really do, dog.
Although Melgar is just trying to tell them.
A devil's
everything
advocate,
she
if she's
knows,
telling the truth
she set
here,
off a
then
red flag.
she's literally
Mysterious
dealing
cars
with
and
so much
strangers
right
are
now.
often
Like, fuck,
elements
bro.
introduced into a story
She
to
is
distract the police from the
grieving
actual
and coming to
perpetrator,
terms with,
even
and
if
I
there
don't
was
know.
such a
That's
car.
the biggest
It
devil's
can
advocate
often
thing for
feel
me.
as if one is
Is like,
following,
dude, if
even
she
when it is
is
just a
telling the
coincidence.
truth, if there's a
Yeah.
chance she's telling the truth,
Dangerous.
she might be very much going through like
So,
serious grief and like Pemnick and so much other bullshit.
But the guy turned left, and we turned right, and so we thought it was just a coincidence. And I keep trying to remember what time that was. But he turned right. He turned left. And
What kind of car?
I don't know, we just saw headlights right behind us from the time.
I would love to know the actual list of like what was found at the actual scene.
We couldn't see the car.
In terms of like direct, like was there DNA evidence found on anything? Because I know she was like bound and shit. We already got that, but
I don't think he would open the door to some stranger.
my biggest question I'd be fighting to ask, which I don't think the detective asks because it can be like somewhat accusatory, right? Or somewhat like demeaning to the victim slash like their how they see themselves in like their neighborhood or community or whatever it would be. What makes you so important that someone would want to kill? Insert like what would be the fucking reason? You know? You have random chance killings and stuff, but you also have like a lot of it usually is for there's a motive there, dog.
I think he was trying to go for
What the fuck? It is a
Sorry.
weirdly specific dream.
the gun. He had the gun. And I think maybe he was trying to go for the gun.
Where does he keep the gun?
In the closet.
What
It's
kind of
fine.
gun?
Just a red.
Pistol? Do you know where he keeps it in that closet?
No. I wanted him to keep it in the safe, but
So they had a gun safe, but they didn't. Oh my god! Actually, keep it in the
Police
safe.
found a loaded gun
You're a
hidden
fucking
from view
idiot,
in the
dog.
bedroom closet where Jim Melgar was found, as well as a locked safe.
Do you know the combination of that safe?
I have it written on.
Nice. The bald one is back. Let's go.
So the Beretta does not stay in the safe, but it stays in that closet.
Why even have a gun safe? I'm so annoyed. Wait, so he did keep it in the safe? Okay. So it was only for the kid, but they only kept it in the safe when the fucking kid was at. Why not just do it all the time? Why do you have to be stubborn about that?
Severe depression. So she's suicidal at times, so high medicines and everything.
Aw. Okay, that's kind of really sad. Oh. We know that she has
So you think
suicidal
that
thoughts
the
and
guns brought from the
tendencies, so we
safe
literally just hide things she can hurt herself with. That's just a sad thought.
I don't think so. I haven't been in the safe in a long time. I don't know.
So what makes you think he would go in the closet for the gun?
Well, if someone was in the house to protect himself.
I mean, is that where the gun's kept?
Mm-hmm.
The closet? But not in the safe.
She
No.
already, okay, I'm kind of annoyed because she already stated he's stubborn and doesn't like it in the safe, but we only put it in the safe when daughter comes around.
Do you know where in that closet that gun would have been?
No.
Again, devil's advocate, if it really was homeboy's gun, she had no reason to
Sandra,
touch
when
it.
y'all came in last night, what door did y'all come in at?
The garage.
And was the front door locked?
Let's fucking go.
Yeah.
I'm like really in the mood for ice cream, but I got ice
Okay,
cream
was
like
the back
half a
door
week
locked?
ago and it's already gone. Makes me sad I didn't have any. That or root beer. Root beer is pretty fucking good.
Did y'all lock it? Did you lock it or did he lock it last night?
He was working outside. He was
Yeah. Root beer.
In the backyard or front
before
yard?
he left, so I'm assuming he locked it. I didn't go out at all yesterday.
You set the alarm?
No. we never
Do you have
set-
an alarm in the house?
It's not monitored, so we never set it.
What? I'm confused by that sentence. It's not monitored, so we don't set an alarm. So are you saying you don't have a working alarm? I'm also in the mood for ice cream, but I don't know. Okay, well, that's sad.
Oh, but not when we're home.
Root beer and ice cream, root beer float, bliss in a cup. Yes! Thank you. Fucking every time I've ever mentioned root beer floats, I don't know if it's just like an area to area thing. Fucking, I swear to God,
Sandra.
it is the most
part of our
underrated
job
thing
is what we
ever.
do
So good.
Is we gather witness
Like that was
statements.
my family's go-to
Okay.
like special
We also
dessert,
search
especially
for
in the
video
summertime.
cameras.
Because it's like, yeah, get a pint of ice cream, get
And
some.
A couple of your neighbors had video cameras.
It sounds like vegan options would be
wanted to
better
get
for
your house
your
pretty well.
digestive tract.
Okay.
I don't know what else to
Your
tell
front
you,
door was
man.
locked, your back door was
My
locked.
ice cream, don't do that.
Nobody came in
Okay.
through the garage. Okay.
I forget the name of
So,
the flavor I normally
we
get, but
work-
there's a bunch of different flavors.
Hundreds and hundreds
From-
of murders.
Soy Delicious, Ben
Okay.
and Jerry has stuff.
And sometimes we
Yeah.
work cold-blooded
Okay,
killers.
well, here's what I have to say.
They just
I'm not
on the
gonna
street,
enter like
they'll
full
just
preach mode,
kill
but if your
someone for
body actively fucking
Okay.
hates lactose, which
Then sometimes
a large
murder-
chunk of the population
murders
is
that
negatively affected
you're in
by
an argument or
cow's
something
milk,
happens.
then I would maybe recommend
there's two
possibly
different types of
implementing
people.
slight vegan changes to your diet.
You
You don't have to
understand?
stop eating meat or anything, but like
Because if you
there's a
argue with
lot of
somebody and you
options that are
lose it,
milk free when you're
you
talking about
temper
things like
and
ice
argue
cream,
has
where I
it.
feel like there's not that much of a difference taste wise.
I think it was
Other things I get, like certain
The police do
cheeses
not
and that
have to
kind of
be
stuff, I
truthful
can
with
get,
Melgar
but
about what
just to
information they
ease
have.
it.
By telling her that there is no way anyone could have entered, they are hoping to force her into a confession.
I think
Aw.
I'm gonna need a lawyer because I know how this works. I was the only one in the house, so of course.
Melgar senses that she is the prime suspect
What the
and
hell?
indicates that she wants a lawyer.
And like, I hate that
Who
that's
else
seen
would
as
be
a
in the
fucking negative thing. She should have access to a lawyer.
No.
Didn't she just
That I
ask? Wait,
know
no,
of,
I'm
no.
confused. Didn't she just ask about a lawyer? They shouldn't be questioning her then.
Wants a lawyer. Melgar senses that she
I was the only one in the house, so of course.
What did she say?
Melgar senses that she is the prime suspect and indicates that she wants a lawyer.
I didn't go far back enough.
Melgar,
Shit.
they are hoping to they have.
Talking now, 'cause
The police do not.
You argue with
Like,
somebody
she's
and you
saying
lose
something
it,
that's fair.
you're temp-
She's feeling backed into a corner because they're trying to insist that the only fucking option is that she did this thing. So again, devil's advocate, if she's innocent, I feel like it's a very normal reaction, especially if you're the average Joe who unfortunately do trust the police to a certain degree. So you're probably going in, again, devil's advocate here, if she wasn't actually involved with the murder, you know, feeling so freaked out and stressed out and scared and upset and sad. I mean, you're coming to terms with something really severe that happened that's going to alter the course of your life to a certain degree. And they start asking like routine questions that you'd already assume they'd probably ask. And then it immediately jumps to, there's no way anyone can have gotten, we know there's only an option here. Like, yeah, of course at that point, hopefully you'd be smart enough to be like, I mean, at this point you still kind of dug your grave a little bit, but at this point you'd be like, no, I don't. I would like a lawyer right now.
Temper and
I hate that. I fucking hate that.
That's not what happened.
Like, literally, as soon as they start to even
The
suggest
police
it,
do
she
not have
does
to be
the smart
truthful with
thing.
Melgar about what information they have.
I just take
By
pills that make
telling
my
her that
insides
there is
not
no
die
way
when I have
anyone
dairy.
could have
Sometimes it works.
They
How
are hoping
does
to
that
force her
work? Okay, I
into a confession.
genuinely don't understand that. How is it sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't? That seems so
There's no
dumb.
one in the house, so of course.
Melgar senses that she is the prime suspect and indicates that she wants a lawyer.
My mother's pretty lactose intolerant, but grew out of it. Glad it didn't pass on me.
Who else would
Yeah,
be in
that
the
is the
house?
other thing. From what I've like read and stuff, it can just happen and then
That I
go
know
away,
of,
and
no.
that in itself is weird too. I don't know, just weird pills.
No
Okay,
one would have
fair
been in
enough.
there.
My dad was mildly lactose intolerant. I don't know if I am or was. I don't know.
But we wouldn't have left the garage door open either.
Knowing my luck, probably, because
You would have
I have
closed
all the
garage
other
door.
things going on.
I never use that side. I
Okay.
never use that
Well,
side.
what we're trying to do is get as much information we possibly can. You understand that? So we can narrow down times and all that stuff. Okay? So that's what we're working on here. And if somebody did come into your house and hurt your husband, we have to figure that out.
I want you to figure that out.
Okay? And so that's why I'm trying to get more specific details from
Nanobots.
you. Understand? And so that's part of our job here. If there's camera in the front of the house, there's the back of the house too. So we're trying to figure out what's going on. You understand? And you're in the house, and your husband's in the house, and your husband's dead. Okay?
That just
I
seems
know
like the
that.
most
So-
toddler thing. And you're in the house, and the dead person's in the house. It's either the most obvious
I
or
know
the
how
most
it
toddler
works.
thing to say. Like, bro, what?
But I
Huh?
was also tied
Yeah,
up,
you don't
and
fucking
there's-
say, man.
I couldn't. That's just.
Yeah, that is the other thing. Were the Knots in a position where she could have done that herself, or would someone else have to be involved? Like, again, if what they're saying is true and she staged it, then that would mean she might have needed help, which might mean another person. My heart broke yesterday when I went to make chalky milk, only to find there was a centimeter of milk left in the fridge. So
You
sad.
said you had no clothes
I
on
need to
and
make some
you-
fucking vegan chalky
So
milk,
you
dog.
got
It's been
out.
so long. It's because we don't
What clothes
normally
you
have
got
the chocolate syrup we have in the house. Usually is the stuff that automatically the stuff that turns into a shell. Not like
So you put a
regular
robe on,
fucking chocolate syrup. It's always that
and
shit.
You put underwear on.
No.
I what?
I don't remember. Took a shower. No, I didn't take a shower.
She needs to shut the fuck up. Okay. This makes me sad because it does give me the fucking, and I know that that's like every fucking interrogation, but it really does feel like these two people are backing her ass into a corner, and she's possibly naive and stupid enough to just keep answering questions and not answering questions and not just shutting absolutely 100% up, and basically demanding a lawyer.
I put the robe on.
I
And
don't.
then
That was the whole
off.
thing. That's what I said. That's
And
why
then
we
I
need to
was
get
saying
actual
and
chocolate
put the
syrup
soap
because
on.
we always have like
You
coconut
change
milk
the
or
soap
almond
on.
milk or soy milk in the fridge. We don't
And
usually have the
change
chocolate syrup
what-
that is
what did
necessary
you
for
said you
chalky
put
milk.
That robe on? Did you put
And my
any other
family's
clothes
never
on?
done like the Nesquik thing. Because I know a lot of families growing up that did that where they
What-
just have
what'd you put
Nesquik
on?
in the fucking cabinet.
Yeah, pair of underwear.
What color?
What the fuck?
I don't remember. Lavender maybe.
I wonder, is
What
Nesquik
about the
vegan?
bra?
Some of the fucking drink powders and stuff
Undershirt
are like
that.
surprisingly vegan and some just are not because they add stuff, but because this has to do with milk.
The black.
Sometimes they'll just add fucking
Kind of a
unnecessary milk
Okay.
additives.
And you said you're still wondering where he's at that time, right? You haven't heard.
Oh, it isn't vegan.
How
That's
long has it
tan.
been?
No.
How long had it been from the time he got out to go check the dogs?
Oh,
Time
okay.
you
I'm
got
not
out
repeating.
and
No,
addressed?
it is not vegan though.
About 15 minutes. 20 minutes.
And he was supposed to just go move them and come back, right?
Right.
They asked Melgar about small details, things that she does not think could incriminate her. In truth, they are looking for any inconsistencies to show that it is at least possible she is lying.
So, what noises were you hearing when you got out?
Nothing. The jacuzzi was still going.
So, you said you hadn't had much to drink. You're coherent, right?
Oh no, I was wrong. Okay, so the original Nesquik powder is not vegan.
Before you
I got fucking distracted.
blacked out.
The ready to drink is vegan.
Nobody running.
That's funky.
Nobody saying anything, shouting.
I didn't know that.
Nothing.
You understand where I'm going with those questions?
I understand, but I didn't hear anything.
Oh, okay, so I guess it's argued because of a process. Funky. Yeah, that would be awesome, Hypnotic. I feel like we're starting to get there with some fucking alternatives that we have now that we did not have like fucking 5-10 years ago.
What all did y'all have with you inside the jacuzzi?
I just kind of feel bad. The vibe I'm getting is
What all
not.
did you have
It's
inside
it.
the jacuzzi when y'all
It.
were-
I don't know. If she's faking, she's a good faker.
To drink?
No. What all items were in the jacuzzi with y'all?
Nothing.
I mean, I've been in there since, and I see what's there.
There's nothing in there. Just bubble bath. That's it.
Did you have a float thing that was in there,
No.
like a little? It was like a shell.
Oh, a pillow. Yes.
Okay. Anything else?
Like that could have been her honestly forgetting, not her trying to omit shit. She was just crying. Like
Did you
I
leave
don't
any
know.
clothing in there?
No.
Am I being a weak bitch? I'm not
No
getting
washcloth or anything like that in there with you.
not getting those vibes, dog.
Yeah, we had a. No, we didn't have a washcloth. We had a loofah thing.
But you didn't hear any noises.
Wow,
It's real
mean.
important that you try to recall.
Fucking mean, dog.
Like my partner said, you know, we're not sitting there trying to talk bad about you. It's just that you're the only one we had to talk to that was there when whatever happened. Okay.
Wow.
And that's why it's so important.
Not all skeletons are weak.
You know,
Sans
you try
is
to
pretty
recall.
not
I
weak.
wish I could recall.
Is Sans considered not weak, or is he considered like very skilled? Because technically he has the lowest HP, but he's
So
fucking
bad.
boss as hell.
And
I feel like he
you know, I
could kind
know
of tick
you met
the
with EMS.
both
EMS
columns, you know.
checked you at the scene, right? Okay.
He is
And only you
OP
can
though.
tell
He
us
can fuck your
if
shit
you
up
hurt
so
somewhere.
easy.
Just like
I cannot get over how difficult
where
that
you
fucking
have
boss
pain.
fight was.
Okay. When they checked you, did they ask you if
Yeah, she
I mean,
really should have just fucking gone for a lawyer. I don't get it,
if
man.
a suspect unknown?
I guess it's a good thing that certain people are dumb enough to
came in your
think they can
house.
bullshit their way through an interview.
Made you go unconscious. Did anybody violate
No.
you in any way?
No. I
What are you
told him I
talking
had-
about?
I
His
think
boss
that
medal
I'm
is
pretty sure I was hit on
insane.
the head.
But not sexually
shot,
assaulted or anything
no.
like that. Okay. It's just important that we have to ask.
I think I would know.
Okay.
Ask for a lawyer. I really don't get it, dog.
So
Actually, I
there's
do kind of
no
get it. I was
shouting,
fucking raised to
nobody saying
distrust the
anything,
police to a certain degree.
No running.
No.
Of course, I feel like it's somewhat valid because it's based on facts and like things that actually are
I heard
happening.
After that, when
He was probably born weak and just drank mid punches every day until that boss fight. They explained it in the game. He's a fucking boss monster.
crying or
No,
whining, that was it.
you are wrong.
Okay. You know
You
how long
fool.
it had been out at that point?
Yeah.
Is there anything that you looked at in there? Was there a clock or anything inside
No.
your closet? Were the lights on in your closet?
Yeah.
Dude, how long? There's no timestamp in the corner.
Okay. And when you
This is
woke
the most
up,
rewatched chunk of the. Oh, it's at
were
the
you
end.
tied up then?
She's just talking about
Yeah,
being tied up. I just. There's like
I don't know.
random
and I was
fucking.
tied up the first
Huh?
time I woke up because.
And what did you do when you woke up the first time?
I couldn't move because I had a seizure, and so I usually.
Oh shit! Does she have a history of seizures?
I hurt all over, and my head hurts.
Oh my god.
Do you have seizures like that?
Call my man Chunky. Fuck you, man.
I've been getting them more lately. I'm not able to drive anymore.
How frequent?
At least once a month.
He is chunky.
The auras I get them all the time.
Do you take medication for that? Okay.
Seizures do not always occur with regular frequency.
Yeah.
It is clear that the detective believes that it has been used
Yeah.
as a convenient
So
excuse.
she actually
Even though
does
Melgar
have a
has
history
long
of like
history,
actually having
It
them.
is also possible that even if no one struck her at the time, she could have hit her head on
Oh
something
yeah, that would
during the
trigger it.
seizure. Still, not being able to answer many of the questions, or
Hypnotic.
having anyone else to point at as a suspect, leaves Melgar in a precarious position.
Ah, so if she's telling the truth, and that's extra sad.
Last time you had one of those.
Oh, that's fucked up. Oh my god. I wonder, was she convicted? I think, because it says think she's getting away with murder. That would make me think that she's been. Yeah, it started with the prison interview. So she was locked
What
up for
happens
this.
when you have those
Oh, I
seizures?
don't know about that, man. Was other fucking shit found that incriminates her? Because this all feels very circumstantial.
Well, I have a lot of
Yeah.
signs that tell me that I'm going to have
Nice
them.
hypnotic.
And
I had my fucking
It's
dinner.
like-
That shit bussin'. The one thing that I have
Very
noticed about like
forgetful,
indulging
more than
in
usual.
Did you have one of
edibles
those
and
today?
shit,
yeah, I've been having
which
it
I have
for
mentioned on stream
Actually,
before, but I
I'm
think
on-
it's really awesome. Like I
So,
can't
you've been
fucking
forgetting
explain how
things all
cool it
along?
is. Like I actually not only feel hungry, but I actually like take in a decent amount of food when
And do you ever recall
I have
what you've
indulged.
forgotten?
I struggle under any other
Later on?
circumstance, including like buzzed and drunk, to actually eat sometimes.
some things.
Like regular enough that I get upset.
Um,
So it's kind of nice that when I do indulge, I don't have to worry about it. It's like, yeah, I'm hungry. I eat.
Before and right after, sometimes I can't even tell you my name.
Okay. And let me ask you this.
Because that's how seizures work. Okay, so there's like an umbrella of different types of seizures that you can actually be prone to have. From what I know about the subject, one of my friends growing up actually suffered, like he had a history of epilepsy. His dad, unfortunately, had that going on, and it kind of carried over to him. Luckily, his siblings didn't seem to have it, but that was a whole thing. He would literally have seizures while we were playing. Yeah. Well, because of how I feel on other substances that are supposed to make you more prone to be hungry and actually eat food, I was like X'd out if it actually like works with me the way that it normally works. So I was just happy that it works. But yeah, there's a bunch of different types of seizures, and there's a different type of recovery for like each one as well. Like sometimes you remember things, sometimes you forget things. Like during, before, after seizure. And I think that's the weirdest shit. There's also seizures that like are the stereotypical, like you actually seize up. There's other seizures that are more silent that you wouldn't really notice right away, where people just space out. Like they don't necessarily fall over. They don't necessarily like, there's no like actual real shaking that occurs. They literally space out. It's the scariest thing ever, because you, as an outsider, you don't always know that it's actually a seizure and it's not someone just kind of chilling. So it's kind of terrifying to have someone be like, oh my god, you know, I just had another one. And it's like, we were just chilling. What? Brains are weird and funky, bro. They're weird as fuck. So if she's actually suffering from fucking seizures and that happened, that sucks so bad. Like this, like circumstantially for her, that sucks. Cause you know she's got at this point being like, I'm looking a little guilty.
Who told you that he was murdered?
I saw him.
You did?
Oh shit.
Yes, when they untied me, I heard hysterical screaming, and I ran over there.
Oh,
and I
that's
checked his
sussy.
pulse
Okay.
to see if there was anything we could do. Yeah, I saw him.
Okay. I didn't know that.
I saw him.
And you touched him. Touched his wrist.
If we're always gonna do shit fetish and okay. Nice. I will admit, like, yeah, it's weird.
And I'm not sure that touched
Brains
him,
are
but
weird, complex piles of meat. And
I
it's,
don't know, I shouldn't have done that.
What'd you
Yeah.
cover?
I don't know, something that was laying next to him, a jacket.
so that her running up and touching him is a
jacket.
convenient, somewhat convenient alibi, because if she actually was involved with it and did touch him and there was like extra shit to prove in specific areas that he touched, like whatever, now you can fucking rewrite that off and be like, well, devil's advocate, this, if what she's saying is true, there would also be
You
fucking
did? You waited?
DNA / whatever on him.
At what point
Wow.
did you think that somebody was following?
How dare you, Hypnotic? Why are you feeling extra sassy, brother?
We were driving down Gessner, because he was just right behind us. There's another lane and he wouldn't go around.
I would love pictures for reference of the fucking neighborhood they lived in. I'd like to be reminded of the job that he had, because I don't remember. I know he was working and she wasn't.
Could you tell?
And I would love the annual income. Because I'd love to know if it's a possibility they were just targeted for money reasons.
You're saying car. Was it a car? Not a truck?
How is that a question? Game, motherfucker.
Like a big vehicle? A
It
small
was a
vehicle?
big vehicle. Yeah. I don't know if it was a truck, it could have been an SUV. Maybe it was an SUV.
Did you tell anything about the color?
Aw, I feel it. Understandable.
Pass any lights, any street lights? And
You can always do the old, you can always do the old, I'm gonna flip a coin. That's what I do when I can't make a fucking decision
you
on
said that
things.
You turned on your street.
That or I'll
it
ask a
went
family
on.
member, this or this, and then they'll give me an answer.
No, it turned into our subdivision.
Behind you. Okay.
But then it took a left and we took a right.
And when it took a left, did you look back to
What?
see what it looked like?
No,
No.
we just said, it was just
No.
coincidence. Just kept going.
Melgar's vagueness does not help her case.
Here's again though, the whole that it doesn't help her case, but I don't think it necessarily it could literally be either way. Like, yeah, I could see a situation actually play out where they were just enjoying their night and some fucking random weirdo was following them because of maybe not great things and shit happening, and her happening to have like a seizure at that point and not remember certain details or not pay attention enough because she also was drinking. Again, she wasn't like blackout, but she was drinking and they were celebrating. I doubt she was in I have to remember this mode. What the hell? I'm not... Dude, if I know you IRL, I'd slap you if you said that to me. Bro, sometimes you gotta leave it up to the fucking... To luck to the fucking universe. Either use a random number generator or whatever if you can't ask someone. Like, fuck. Fucking set up a poll on that shit. I don't know.
That she wouldn't have looked for details at that point. It makes it sound as if she is.
So, like, I could see it one way or the other. I could see it as someone just omitting details and lying, but I could also see it as under certain circumstance. Yeah, I could see that playing out.
Where did y'all
Which
park?
is terrifying.
Where did y'all park?
Bro, on a good day, I'm not paying enough attention to, like, specific details like that. I wouldn't be able to remember.
Away from the door.
Like, bro.
Third lane away from the main lane, parked far away.
So, if the door is here, you park the third parking space over here.
No, third row away
Okay.
from not the first row, but like the third row back.
Okay.
So they weren't up on the building. Okay.
Was it busy at CVS?
No,
Not a lot of cars. Why'd y'all park so far away?
because he used to like to get the
Wasn't
cars.
this around midnight at this point?
So there were some cars.
Because that's when they left or that's when they got home from the restaurant.
When was the last time y'all got into an argument?
I said when my daughter lived with us.
So how long ago was that?
About 5 years ago.
Is the daughter older or
Where does she
younger?
live?
I'm assuming she's older
Why
from the
you-
comments made, but it could be like, I don't know. Yeah, okay, she's older. That answers that question, unless they live in a very, unless she lives in a very different specific country.
Her and her husband?
To College Station.
So, you know, my partner explained to you about the front door and everything. We checked your house over real good.
Yeah.
And what's your feelings on how this happened or what has happened?
I don't know why the garage door was open. That doesn't make sense to me. Because we don't use that one. We use the other one for my car. And that was it.
I had to delete a thing and do a thing. Sorry, guys.
So it's rare for that side of the garage to be open.
Only when my husband's working, which he was that day, but in the daytime, not at night.
And he didn't leave it open when y'all left
No.
to go eat and everything, right? It wasn't open when you came home.
No.
Was that door open? Was the garage door open?
Yes.
Both of them did.
Bro, going
Can
to
you do
school
it
this
accessing it through the
was so
garage?
sad. A shit ton of
Yeah.
students just enrolled because they
y'all
financially
have,
fucked and already have a
The
Jesus
ones in the
Christ.
vehicle that can open?
Yeah.
In both vehicles?
Yes.
That's so sad, dude. That's actually so sad. It's gotta suck to actually have no. That's so fucking no.
So if that door is closed and you're inside, somebody has to open it from the
Huh?
inside. In order to get that open. You can't go on the
What?
outside and pull it open.
No.
What are you talking about? You're a weird dog. I don't know.
So I guess last Saturday night when you went to jacuzzi, you never left the house after that one.
No.
I still just it's the same
Melgar
opinion.
has a habit of answering some questions in a soft, hesitant manner, which can be indicative of both confusion and
So
lying.
between the body language and the answers, either she's a really good
You're all
actor
cleaning up
or
that
she just happened upon, like, she was in very shitty
Yeah.
circumstances.
And his family coming today. I mean, I'm always cleaning up after the puppies every day.
Did you have any cleaning stuff out today? Or yesterday?
I always keep them mop in the bucket.
And where was that at?
Either in the kitchen or in the dining area. I don't remember where I left it last.
Is there any other way besides the front door, the back door, and the kitchen door? Is there any other doors that anybody can get access into the house?
I kind of want to fast forward a little bit, but so far I don't know, man. I feel like I don't know.
It keeps us constant temperature, you know.
Was she cold?
How did the meeting go with Mr. Cavler? On you, we're not trying to get you to say that you've done
Like,
something.
part of the reason why I
you haven't
don't like
done,
that there's no
okay?
timestamp in the
We're
corner
merely trying
is I
to
feel like I should be able to see
go
the
through the
timestamp so I
procedure
know
so
that they
later
didn't just
on,
cut to
when we're
another
asked,
interview. I don't
you know,
think they. Wait.
We can tell you that that's what we've
I don't
got
think they
in
did
our
because she's
procedure.
wearing
We've
the
done our
same
job,
thing.
Okay. And I'm asking you to also, you know, try to dig deep. I understand that purpose for why we're here. You know, we don't know you. You don't know us. Didn't know your husband.
You don't know us.
But that's our job.
You
to
don't
try to
say.
find out the truth. Okay, that's what we're going to try to do. You know, maybe talking to a professional like that may help you to remember something too. That has been a case in the past.
That is true. Talking to like someone who could help you try to remember stuff when you're dealing with problems along the lines of like, no.
I tried to turn the air down. This building keeps us constant temperature, you know. How did the meeting go with Mr. Cavler?
Guess okay.
Did you take the polygraph?
No.
How come?
until I needed to wait because I'm just too shaky right now. And
They tell you could filter that.
no, he didn't say that.
You understand what our mission is? Trying to get to the truth. I want to start.
Polygraphs are so fucking flawed too, and her concerns I feel are very valid. If I was freaking out and I was shaky and I was processing things and my emotions were kind of wired, I wouldn't be willing to take a polygraph test.
Anniversary, is that correct? How many years? 32?
That's the perfect conditions for false fucking answers, dude.
The 12th was supposed to be, but we didn't celebrate it. I don't remember why not.
What was the reason?
I don't remember why not.
I mean, that's a pretty big event. 32 years, and if the 12th, you were supposed to probably plan that, huh?
I may not have been feeling well.
Okay.
I think that's what it was. I wasn't feeling well.
How old are you right now?
53.
And I noticed you walk with a cane.
What?
Why is that?
I've had my hips replaced.
Oh, God bless. That seems like it'd be a fucking really painful process to get your hips fucking replaced.
In addition to her hip replacements, Melgar also
Jesus
suffered from lupus,
Christ.
epilepsy, and hyperthyroidism. At one point, one side of her body was completely paralyzed.
The mission is to make big monies from a false sentencing. Nice.
About 10 years ago, or 11.
Aww. She's been through it, man. I mean,
About 5 years ago.
It's sad to say I hope she's guilty because from the title of this video and from the intro of the video, she spent some time in jail. I don't know if she's so far like been released or if she's still in jail, but if she didn't do this, that's so fucking dark, man. That means whoever actually did it basically got off scot-free, and the fucking victims and people that are probably the most affected by this, I would assume the wife would be up there, have to deal with all the shit going on, everything. That's so fucked.
You know, something I want you to understand is that
So I'm waiting to see I can, like, is there any actual factual, like, conclusive evidence that shows she did this? So far it's been like very circumstantial shit.
You know, we don't quit. You're gonna see a lot of me. You're gonna see a lot of my partner. You are. We're gonna find out everything about you. We're gonna find out everything about your husband.
I would hope you would, because that's you doing your fucking job, dog.
We're gonna talk to everybody that you're related to. We're gonna learn everything.
But I hope
we're
you're
processing
somewhere else too, because it's not me.
We're processing this. You're seeing your house too. Okay, and
well, that'd be obvious. That is technically like the main crime scene right now, because that's where he was found dead.
It's just so important that you be honest with us.
Yeah.
It is so important, and you know, I told you it's protocol that we start close to that victim. That's you. That's protocol. Okay.
It really is. I'm surprised they're being that straightforward with her, if I'm gonna be honest, because there's a lot of them that try to play the whole.
By the way, that when we start with people, the way they react.
Oh my God! Shut the fuck up! You sound like the fucking Red Circle people.
May not always let that be known to you.
I feel like as a detective, you can have a gut feeling based on like body language and stuff, but unless they're literally almost explicitly saying or expressing that they're lying, I just
you gotta understand that too.
It's just so weird, man.
Okay. We talk to people all the time. I never said you did.
The detective's intimidation is working. Melgar feels as if they have already decided that she is guilty and has given in to the subconscious need to explain herself rather than immediately demanding an attorney.
Which she kind of sort of already did. The fact that she didn't like repeat herself or she didn't use the right couple of words. I'm a little annoyed at that too. Like I said, this whole process just feels so predatory. Even in examples where the person's guilty, it's like the whole how pointed the questions get, and just
I'm just being upfront.
The wearing down of someone like this is just, I don't know, man.
That's my job to do that.
I just don't want to.
And yes, people who do bad things should obviously get caught, and they should get tripped up at the same time. Yeah, and devil's advocate here. She's fucking just taking this in and grieving and in shock. Like, Bro.
Something you need to understand.
I'll take one, but I mean, just not now. I've got
Well, that's
horrible.
The detective continues to press Melgar, trying to make her feel guilty for not taking a polygraph test. He is correct that it is inadmissible in court, but leaves out that it is due to, in part, to the inaccurate nature of the test.
Yeah, because none of the detectives are going to admit to that because they use it as a card to make you feel more or less guilty, depending on how they're trying to get you to confess or crack under the
I
pressure.
think it's awful ironic. I think that someone that's been married 32 years, there's some things I don't understand. And I'll be upfront and honest with you. There's some things that don't add up in your story of what you're telling me. Okay? Maybe you can help me understand it. Now, you said you've been married 32 years and you were supposed to celebrate that on the 12th. Well,
That
what
shit gives
reason
you
was
a
it that you
bruising.
didn't?
Nice. How are you doing, Reaper?
Okay? And you and your husband, how would you describe y'all's relationship lately?
We have a great relationship, even better lately.
No problems?
No.
Like,
No
again,
arguments?
it's just so sad if this was
Do
actually,
you
she's
ever
telling
messed
the
around with
truth.
somebody
man.
else?
No.
You ever accused you of doing that?
No.
You have any reason to do that? No?
Jamie Melgar was very concerned with his wife's health and spent much of his time
Aww.
caring for her. No evidence was ever
Again,
found
that's
to
even
suggest
sadder
that the
both
couple
ways.
had
This man
any sort
truly
of
loved this
relationship
woman.
problem.
They were celebrating their, like,
Okay.
30-something fucking wedding anniversary.
And so,
Fucking, either she fucking
when did
murdered
y'all
him,
decide to celebrate?
or fucking some random incident
Yesterday.
literally cut his life short in the worst circumstances possible for his partner. Like, again, that's just so sad, because, like, whatever you believe in,
I wouldn't.
he fucking died, possibly cherishing his wife, and only wanting, like, the best for her,
Or 26.
only for her to
Christmas?
go to jail, only for her to go to prison for his murder.
Okay. For what?
I don't...
Went to see my aunt and my cousins
Where's that?
in San Antonio, Illinois.
Was he gonna go with you?
No,
Why not?
we have dogs at home.
Ooh, what
He gonna
dogs?
stay home and
What
take care
type
of
of
the
dogs?
Does he get along with your folks in San Antonio?
Yeah, but he doesn't like to go too often.
How come?
Well, because he misses work and he just, it's not his
When's he have
thing.
to go back to work?
I don't know.
How long has she been in the, like, has any of this been cut?
Well,
I'd like
he
to know
worked
how
at
long
HSD,
she's been
right?
interrogated at
So
this
has
point.
he been off lately for
Yeah.
vacation? And they have
Just
to go
this
back.
week.
I
what,
want that
after the first of
fucking
the year?
timer, dog.
So he'd be off the 26th to be able to go with you, huh?
Yeah. He just don't want to go.
He didn't want to go? And was that because he don't get along with them, or
No, he gets along with everybody.
you and him maybe weren't getting along, or
No, we
what?
all get along.
Okay.
Everybody gets along.
He just decided to stay with the animals, huh?
He just, sometimes he does that. He just wants to.
I mean, you and him have a
It's
great
hard to say.
relationship.
Some people just
You
want to
probably wanna
genuinely
spend as
chill
much time
without,
together
like,
as you can,
extra
right?
family
You have to
members or
work.
people
but
present.
it's, you know, it's just not. He's into this health kick, and when we go down there, we eat a lot of meat and, you know, stuff like that. He doesn't want to be rude and say no.
Okay.
People in Laredo just grill a lot and eat a lot of beef.
So, y'all's relationship, you said
I like
y'all
that
have a
this
great
detective
relationship.
says y'alls. I really appreciate and respect
Yeah.
that.
Y'all love each other.
Yes,
Care
So
about each
y'all's relationship,
other. Wouldn't want
we've
nothing to
been
happen to each other.
together for
yeah.
this long. Yes.
Yeah. And
We're
so,
making plans for
y'all decided to making plans for what?
the future, for
What was those
his
plans?
retirement,
What were y'all gonna do?
travel.
Where?
Aw.
So we're thinking about going to.
I'm chewing. Wait, no, that's not what it says. Fuck. I'm oiling my fish. I'm tired of baking that fish, so I'm gonna fry me some.
So y'all decided
Fuck
to
yeah.
celebrate that yesterday.
Yeah.
Y'all get in the hot tub often?
Shut up.
The jacuzzi?
I was
that
sitting back.
quite
I wasn't,
Okay.
like, staring at the screen. No.
So y'all went out to dinner.
Hi.
What was the name of the restaurant again? I don't remember.
Cuckoos.
Cuckoos? And where's that located at?
What the fuck?
290 and what?
I don't know, 290.
Yeah. 290. What's it close to? What other-
Jones.
Jones Road? Okay. So that was
Nice.
at 8 o'clock that evening. What did y'all do earlier in the day? I mean,
Le fish
Got it all
au
day,
chocolat.
I didn't wake up till noon.
okay. And so
He had already been up working in the yard,
working in the yard?
and then he went to HEB to get stuff to juice because he likes to juice.
Dude, fresh
Oh,
like if you
juice-
actually freshly
juice
juice
master
some
stuff.
fruits and vegetables, that
So,
shit can taste
what
so
time you got
fucking
to
bustin'.
noon? What did you do
Underrated,
at
honestly.
noon?
Can't believe Japanese people have fish for breakfast. What?
And he was gone when you got up?
No, he was there.
He'd already gotten up?
I believe it because it's a lot better than fucking
And what y'all-
the
what
fucking
y'all do?
cereal. I fucking
Eat
hate that
breakfast
shit,
together?
dog.
No, he
I don't
he
do
didn't.
breakfast usually, to be fair. I usually do like brunch or lunch because of how my own body rolls and how my
Okay.
sensitive my
And so,
non-existent
After
stomach
that,
is.
what did you do?
But like, I hate fucking cereal, and I hate like the sweeter cereals that everyone seems to love. Like,
cleaned up a
set my
little bit.
stomach off
It
extra.
is
I just
important to
ew.
establish a timeline,
Ew.
but it can be difficult. to
Except
recall
grape
the
nuts. I like
events
grape
of
nuts,
what
but I
was
still have
supposed
that
to
more
be
as a
an
lunch than a
unremarkable
breakfast.
Day. People rarely take note of the exact time of their movements, especially during a holiday vacation.
After the dogs.
After the dogs? Did y'all go anywhere? Did he go anywhere?
He went to HEB.
I used to have
Okay.
cereal for
So what
dinner.
time was that?
I mean, occasionally in the
Yeah.
summertime, I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. I just, because of how sweet most cereals are, is when I just
The
kind of
liquor
like,
store to
ugh,
get eggnog for today.
Both
ugh.
y'all?
My family would
Where'd
do
you-
rice
where's
for
your order
breakfast
at?
for a chunk of my childhood. Either rice or oatmeal.
Down in the
So
west.
we'd make that, and then we could choose to have it like savory with a little
Okay.
bit of
Well,
soy
what-
sauce or a
what's the
little
name
bit
the
of
liquor store?
whatever we had for like
It's on
toppings in
West
the
Road?
house. So like there's sesame seeds,
the
sometimes it
name
was
of it?
nuts and fruit, sometimes it was agave, sometimes it was
liquor?
sugar,
It's on West
and then
Road.
you had like hot sauce and other more savory options,
sure it's on
which
West
is what I used to do.
Yeah.
And so, you remember by what time y'all went there?
That shit was
Time did you buy
busting,
that?
but it was always late
Probably
breakfast
had a
then
receipt,
for me
huh?
too. So
What'd you buy?
eh,
Some eggnog with bourbon.
yummy.
And you went in. Okay. And after you left there, where'd you go?
I don't remember.
When'd you get the strawberries?
Yeah, we went to Kroger's.
Went to Kroger. Where's the
Get
Kroger's at?
strawberries. Across from the liquor store in West.
Okay. And you bought the strawberries. And what else did you buy?
Cool.
Okay.
Cool.
And
Again, I know they have to ask these questions, but bro,
okay. And then after that, where'd y'all go?
That's it.
You went back to the house? About what time did you get back home?
Maybe 4.
And so when you got back home, what'd you do?
I also went to cut his hair that day, but I don't remember if it was before or after.
Did you
what
take
the
him?
fuck?
Maybe
Ew, I don't like raisins.
Where's he get his hair cut?
Again, fucking, oh, what was the name of it? Corn
It's a place
nuts.
called Nina's
No.
on Jones.
Nina's?
Grape nuts. Why did
On
I think
Jones?
corn nuts? Grape nuts. That shit bussin'.
Okay.
Underrated.
And,
Fucking most
You
underrated
can't
cereal
remember if that's
ever.
Before y'all went to the store?
I would have grape
Correct?
nuts and then I would put a little bit of peanut butter in it. Shit bussin'.
I think it was before.
Before. So when y'all got home at 4 from going to the store, I'm sure what'd you do with the
I don't know.
strawberries?
Well, here's what I'm saying. I know why I don't like raisins. I don't like a lot of fruit. I'm
then-
very selective about fruit. For some reason, sweet
We
is
don't
just
talk
not
every
my
time.
go-to flavor. I like more savory stuff,
Never had
either
it.
salty or spicy.
What were y'all talking about?
Sour. I mean, sour is also awesome. When you're talking about candy, I love something that has a little bit of heat or a little bit of sour with it. Otherwise, I don't usually like it.
One of the things was, find a better way to keep the dogs and
And now I'll randomly
But
crave
it's-
different fruits, but usually for fruits,
Was that
The
a
only
forced
thing I
pop,
could
you
usually
know?
always go to is
Yeah,
like
source
just
bias.
simple red delicious apples, a little bit of peanut butter or nut butter. Actually,
What
almond
kind of
butter's the
dogs are they?
best,
The mama's a Pomeranian.
and pomegranates are also really good.
He's a
But
daddy.
So the puppies are probably small,
They're very small.
huh?
Yeah.
So I mean, do y'all ever have a dispute about that?
banana and lemon. I guess
Whose idea was it? to have the
my
puppy?
family kind of ruined bananas for me because we
dogs.
always had them in the
I mean, whose
house.
idea was it to have
That was
the
like
dogs,
the
period?
fucking go-to.
Yeah.
Like if mom and
Well,
dad were like, "Are you hungry?" You know, if you
The
complain about being
Pomeranian is my
hungry, they'd be
daughter's.
like, "Go have a
She's taking
banana."
it back when she comes.
It's like,
And the Chihuahua
I
is
like
mine.
cooking with banana. I
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
love banana bread and stuff, but just snacking on like fresh fruit
My daughter's taking
for me, it would
one
definitely
of
be
Oh, okay.
what I already stated.
When she comes back, huh?
Lemon's an interesting one though. You
Um,
actually like eat raw
it might seem
lemon?
as if the detective is reaching with his questions about
Moon
the
used to
dog,
fucking
but it's
love raw lemon.
surprising
I
how
wonder if
often
she
a
still
domestic
likes it.
murder is the result of some seemingly trivial
It was
issue.
funny because as a baby she would
So,
fucking eat
y'all
lemon,
talked
and I was
about
like,
that.
"Are you
What else
okay?
did y'all talk about? Had you
You're gonna
decided
damage
that
your
you wanted to
fucking."
do
Because
that
my
night?
mom used to do this thing, and she still. I mean, she used to
When
do
did y'all
this thing with
decide
all
that?
of us. She doesn't really still do it because we're all older now. But when we
we
were younger and growing up, my mom and
time
dad
zone
are
is
very
now?
much of the philosophy that if your child wants something that isn't gonna cause them damage, but you know they're not gonna like it,
You left the
let
house
them
then?
try it. Let them learn that this isn't good.
It's a guess. I don't know.
And they did that with like again like barely sips of like
Did you call
random
anybody or
alcohols when we were
anything?
really
Found
little
out
and
about
curious,
home
and then
before?
things like vinegar while my mom was cooking,
y'all there?
He
and
spoke to his brother.
lemon juice and all that
Saturday.
kind of stuff. If we were curious, she'd be like, "Do you want to try this? You could try some of this," and she'd let us try it. So we'd know that it's either really gross or it's good. And my mom did that with
Yeah.
Moon, with
What time was that, you think? I know you said you got home about 4.
when Moon was a baby, she'd start to freak out because she wanted to fucking eat a lemon. I don't even remember what my mom was cooking because we don't use it often. And she fucking, my mom kind of giggled because she knew that the reaction was probably going to be a gross reaction because it's lemon. And to my mom's fucking surprise, my sister chomped down on that shit, and then she
How did
fucking,
y'all dress when y'all went to go out?
she wanted more, and my mom was like, "What the fuck?" Yeah, like when I was a kid and my parents, "Oh, that's horrible."
Boots.
Aww. See, I feel like that's kind of dangerous slightly. It depends on how much cinnamon, I guess.
Did you take a shower or anything before you went?
That sounds like what my mom did to me. I also liked lemon. I mean, to be fair, it did turn around a couple times and bite my mom and dad in the ass, either with like specific fruits and vegetables that they didn't think we'd like, or like pickled things. With Endo at one point in time, if I remember correctly, it was pickled asparagus. So my mom used to get this thing of pickled asparagus, and she still will randomly get it when she carries it, but it was like a whole thing for her. We'd always have a jar of it in the house, and it was basically just for her. No one else really liked it or was a huge fan of it. Like, I've always liked pickled things, but I was like, eh. And fucking Endo was smaller, and he wanted a snack, and he was like, "Can I try this?" And my mom was like, "Yeah, sure." And he actually liked it when my mom expected him to be like, "Ew, this is disgusting."
No color.
Because of my mom and dad doing that, I knew I liked kimchi way earlier than I probably would have known that I liked kimchi if I lived with a different household. And a couple
Whose
other
idea
things
was it
because
to
my
go to
mom
food
and dad were like, "Yeah, you can try it," and like they half expected me to like spit that shit out fast and quick, and I was like, "This is good."
We both like that restaurant. We go there a lot.
What'd you order?
I ordered fish. And he ordered
I think the funniest thing ever is my mom used to make a lot of more like Asian food and food from those cultures when I was younger because she used to cook more altogether
So
when I
what
was
time
younger.
you got there?
And kimchi is
Did y'all
a
have a
really
reservation?
powerful ingredient, but it's an ingredient that's in a lot of
Was it crowded?
food from that specific area, that part of the world. And whenever anything called for like
You said you left the
raw
house by
kimchi
8.
on the side or like on top of
You got
something,
there pretty quick.
whenever my
8:30.
siblings were younger, she'd have to rinse that shit off just so that they'd eat it because it was too strong for them. Dictator's coleslaw. They're in the same umbrella, dog.
You just like,
Honestly, bussin'. It's also good for your
food,
gut health.
drink anything?
Kimchi's good for your fucking guts.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
We had a peanut pie.
Just one? Both of y'all? And
The waitstaff and any customers that might be able to be found will need to be questioned to see if Melgar and her husband seem to
Are they
be
gonna
having
give
any
me the?
sort of
Are they gonna
problem,
give us the fucking
or if they
answer and
gave
tell
off
us?
the appearance of a happy couple having an evening out.
No, he didn't have one.
he didn't have one? Just you.
I feel like this is just so predatory, man. Maybe
And,
it's just.
you
I'm gonna
bring
jump ahead
anything?
because I feel like this is just.
Never mind, I really wouldn't mind that.
She shouldn't have fucking answered any questions, man. I just. I get so fucking annoyed.
Okay. I'm thinking of time span.
Like, bro.
Okay?
Here, I'm
The
gonna.
time that you got out of it. Now he got up.
I want to get over here because she has her head in her hands again.
because
Oh,
you're
or
talking
seizures. And it sucks because, again, devil's advocate, that can happen. You can literally have issues with epilepsy and have, like, long periods of time where you don't have a seizure, and then you have a seizure, and that has to suck. I would not want to go through that. And, like, having an actual medical condition that has seizures involved, or being diagnosed with epilepsy and suffering from seizures, prevents you from doing certain things. Like, obviously, in most states, I think every state, because of the health and safety concern, you can't go for your license. Like, there's a bunch of stuff that has to happen if you have these issues. So it just, I feel so bad if she's telling the truth, man. Oh. No, we're not doing that. This is why I should leave the fucking mouse alone when I'm not doing anything with the mouse. But yeah, I feel like that's just so sad. It's so sad. Like, I would be so angry if I was fucking innocent in this situation. Hopefully, if I was ever near this situation again, I wouldn't say anything. I'd just get a fucking lawyer.
Where's their hospital at? Where's their office at?
Or I should say ask for a lawyer. I don't know if I'd be able to hire one, but I would definitely ask for representation, because I'm an idiot.
And you don't remember your doctor's name? Who's the doctor that you go to
several
normally?
doctors.
Okay, just tell us
Yeah,
name.
I was gonna say,
Who's your primary
she has
care
health
doctor?
issues!
Dr.
Nguyen
Wynn?
is my primary care doctor.
Nguyen? First name?
Susie.
Look, she fucking,
Where's
like,
she
even
at?
that, you know.
She's on Highway 6.
Okay, she's your primary care? Who else?
She's already said this like 2 times.
She the one
Two
that referred
fucking
you to
times,
people?
dog.
Yeah.
Okay, who's the next one?
On that topic, though, fucking super underrated. More people should make their own pickles. That shit
You
busted
don't
when
know
it's
the
fresh.
rheumatologist name.
Not necessarily
Usually
pickled
when you get
vegetables,
adults,
but just like pickles.
Okay.
That shit fucking good, and it's super
Bellini?
easy to do when you know the steps. It's so
You gotta
easy.
spell that?
Bro, do not go over that yee ass. Bro, do not go over to that yee ass Korea and be eating that yee ass kimchi coleslaw mixed with grandpa's hemorrhoid shit. Sun Tzu.
Now, okay.
Pickled eggs. Is pickled eggs
So you said
good?
your head was hurting you.
Are they good? They don't look good. But like, there's a lot of
Where
foods that
is it
look questionable and actually are good. I just, whenever I've seen those referenced, it's usually in a negative context. It's not in like a, oh, I'm so excited for some pickled eggs.
Yeah.
Your arms are all bruised up.
Yeah, I don't know how
I
that.
wonder if McDonald's in Korea tastes the same as here. I don't know. That's a good question. It kills me that there are certain companies that are so all over the globe.
Hold your arm out.
It did in Japan. That surprises me, dog. That fucking surprises me.
People that experience seizures are often injured. It is important to remember that even though Jamie was severely wounded and could have put up some sort of a struggle, Melgar's hands were free from any type of defensive wounds, which would have been difficult
So
to
that
accomplish.
makes me think more that she's telling the
A lot of
truth.
bruises on there.
Yeah.
You don't know how that
Just
happened.
because they look,
Wait.
wait.
These are from the.
They didn't have sweet and sour sauce, which is even, yeah, that's kind of weird, dude. Just
So your
because they
hands tied in front of you?
look like a testicle that's been tortured doesn't mean pickled eggs aren't good. Fair enough. Endo loves having, like,
You got hit in the head?
anything burgers or chicken nuggets with fucking barbecue sauce. He'd also always want barbecue style / flavor chips whenever we'd have chips, like, for the longest
Man,
growing up. He
you
has a
don't recall hearing
fascination with the
something
flavor
before
of
that
barbecue.
No, you didn't hear nobody screaming, and you could hear dogs barking outside.
I wish
you can't hear somebody screaming
the
outside.
fucking
You know how close
video was better.
that
This would help
room
in this
is to
case
where
for me,
you
because
were.
like I know you
can't
shouldn't
hear
base
somebody
all of
screaming.
your like
I heard
analysis on a
dogs, the
fucking
doors.
interrogation just on body language,
Oh,
but I
right.
feel like
I
seeing
think
her
they were
her
outside
facial features at
door,
least
window,
would
the
maybe
bathroom,
help me
but
fucking decipher, because like from what
I
I
didn't
can
hear
see from her
anything after
basic
that.
movements, how she's responding to questions, the
Mm,
tone of her
video
questions,
still going.
it
Actually,
doesn't read as guilty
I
to
don't
me.
even
It
remember
reads
hearing
as
the dog.
possibly
My
very
husband
innocent.
says he's got better hearing than I, but
I had
I heard the
barbecue squid
dogs
before. Ooh,
whining
I don't know how I feel about that.
afterwards.
Yeah, I heard them whining too while I was
I've
in
had
there,
the vegan,
but I'm hard of hearing.
the attempted vegan equivalent of squid, and
I'm
it
real
was an
hard of
interesting
hearing.
texture,
And I heard them whining.
but it wasn't
And,
bad. I feel like if I did
you know,
consume meat, I probably
thing
would be
is,
pretty okay with fish,
You gotta understand is that, you know,
because I do love the fishy flavors that are
I've been inside
available
your
to
house. I looked at the
vegetarians
layout,
and
see
vegans.
the way it is. And I'm
Le
not sitting here
fish.
calling you a liar.
Fish.
I'm not sitting here. I'm trying to just, you know, I'm trying to
Do
hear
not
what you
eat
tell me
fish.
and
Oh,
tell you.
that's so
You
sad.
know, I've asked you to be honest with me, and you know, I don't
The only like
know that you're
fish
not, but
meat that freaks me out that people actively eat is
you know,
shrimp,
I'm a
because they're like
reasonable man,
underwater bugs.
and you know, I'm
Very
looking
fucked
at
up.
what I
What
saw
the
there.
fuck are you
Now,
talking
you
about,
know,
dog? It shouldn't be
they told you
surprising.
that
I
the
love
camera that was
sushi,
pointing towards your house, right?
even though it's my favorite.
You
What
know
the
that.
fuck, man?
We talked
What
about
is
points of
what?
entry on your house, front door.
Of spicy
You
shrimp
got the
sushi. I
garage
feel like I
door.
would if
You got
I
your
wasn't
back
vegan, my diet would consist
You
mainly of
said they
sushi.
got a doggy door.
Like dead ass.
the
That's what
dogs
it would
go in
be.
and out of, right?
Right.
That doggy door.
Only I can eat fish to be eaten by me. Well, I mean, to be fair, it's not like I am eating
You said
fish. I'm
that
just saying if I
your
decided
husband
to
shouldn't
go
have had to go out the
full
back door.
carnivore
Y'all keep
mode,
that
I
door
would
locked?
probably, I feel, really enjoy seafood.
Sometimes
If
You only
somebody,
had sushi
you know, you
once
heard
in
dogs
Japan? That's
barking,
kind
I
of
heard your dogs
surprising.
barking a little bit. They bark a lot
Although I guess
of
there's a
things
lot to choose from.
And they
I would see.
get
I would get
chirped.
fucking.
got some dogs.
If I went to fucking Japan, it'd be horrible because I'd want to go for like an extended vacation because I'd want to do very specific things. Like, okay, get there, spend a few days to acclimate, and then I'm going to literally plan like routes to different places, and I'm gonna spend like day to day. I'm gonna do something different. Like today, we're only gonna like exist off of fucking convenience store / vending machine foods. Like another day, something else on top of like going and doing things. I feel like I'd have to be there for months to actually like achieve all the checklists, you know what I mean? Literally the last day. Fair enough.
And I got some little dogs, and they chirp. You can hear them. And but now, you know what I saw there. When I saw your husband's body.
Actually, I have a
Pretty
good question.
violent
What are
attack.
you guys' thoughts on sushi
In total,
pizza? I
Jim
don't know how to
Melgar
feel
had
about
more
it.
than 50
It feels
stabs,
like you're just
cutting, and
incorrectly
blunt force
attempting to
wounds
do
and injuries.
something that isn't
He also had
sushi,
many defensive
but isn't
wounds on
pizza.
both hands, showing that he tried to fight off his attacker.
Oh.
This makes it difficult to believe it could have been Melgar, who would have been overpowered fairly
So
easily
it really
by her
does
husband.
seem like she didn't do
problem
it. I'm
is-
so confused. So did she hire someone? Because I could see that being a thing.
And the way that I expected this went down, okay, and I've worked a lot of these, okay, and the problem I have is that, you know, if he encountered somebody when he went in there, when he was gone for 15 minutes, you got out 5 minutes later, so he had a good 5 minutes. That's a long time. And he went in there to deal with what he dealt with, and then you move into the closet to take care of your business there and get dressed.
Never
and
had
put
sushi
lotion on.
pizza. I
And
want to like actually try to make sushi
if
pizza, and I
he
think I also want to
encountered
try to make
something
mochi
that
donuts
would do
because those look
what
good
we see
too.
there, you're gonna
Like
hear
a few places
You're gonna
locally
hear
have popped up
something.
selling it, but it's not
it.
vegan.
And if that something is coming into the same room where you're at to either knock you out or even encounter you, you're gonna hear something. I don't care if you've got a tank cranked up in that bathroom with you, you're gonna hear something when somebody encounters somebody
Wow.
that is stabbing
I wish
somebody
I had, but I
that
didn't.
violently, that many times, you're gonna hear that. I've seen people be stabbed in person, and you're gonna hear it. You're gonna live that the rest of your life. Okay, you're gonna hear that.
I didn't hear anything. I wish I had heard something. I didn't. And,
See that what we're seeing there, the physical evidence that's there, and what you're telling us, is just not adding up, Sandra. I'm not wanting to call you a liar, but I'm saying
I mean, I know what
you
you're
had
saying.
to hear something. You're our only person that was in that house.
I know.
You know, we're here, we're gonna try to get to the bottom of this, but you're the only one that was in that house. And, you know, are you scared of something?
No.
Are you afraid of somebody coming back after you?
Yeah, I'm afraid they'll come back, whoever, but no.
Okay, if you don't tell us something, are you afraid of that? Is that
No.
what you're afraid of?
No.
You know, we need to try to get somebody, if that's what happened, we need to try to get them off the street, right?
Right. But no, I would tell you, I didn't hear anything. The only thing I can think of is,
Are you covering something up, Sandra?
no.
Why would you take a polygraph?
I hate that line of questioning.
So
I
stressed
fucking
right now. I can't
hate
even
that. I
think
know they're
straight.
supposed to. I know
No,
that's
you
like part of their job, right? They are actually supposed to ask those types
Just
of
don't
questions.
want
It's
to
just
use
so
against me, that's all.
so annoying.
I'll
Cause
take it, but
fucker,
not
how
just-
dare
Why
you?
would we have to use it against you?
Because I'm stressed and I mean, I'm
Because you're
having a
stressed,
panic
really.
attack.
Beyond that, has your husband ever hit you?
No,
No physical?
no, never,
Did your husband tell you something tonight that
No.
made you black out?
no, doesn't work that way.
Has would your husband have a girlfriend on the side and maybe a jealous boyfriend would come?
No.
Has your,
What the fuck,
husband
man?
ever told
Like
you
I
he's
get
gonna
again,
leave
they're supposed to ask these, but god
Never
damn
talked
it.
about
Plans, we were making plans, you were gonna leave me.
you? Do you think he's ever told one of his family members that he was gonna leave you?
Well, he has.
I mean, have you
don't
known
think
about
it.
that?
No,
No.
I'm definitely not looking up a recipe right now. Whoa, man. Whoa, man.
we were fine, we were just fine.
What happens when we find only your DNA at that scene and no stranger?
I touched him. Of course
Besides
you're gonna
that,
find, we were in the tub together.
what if we don't find any stranger's DNA there?
Male and female DNA that investigators found around the house on dresser drawer pulls, door handles, and bathroom door handles did not match anyone in the Melgar family.
I don't know. I mean, it's
So I'm
not
really
my job.
thinking that this fucker. This just, I don't know. This screams to me that she didn't do it, or if she did do it, she did the planning stages of it, and there was an accomplice. It doesn't.
In the Melgar family.
I don't know. I mean, it's not my job. I don't know.
And if
So
that,
your-
I'm just
your
so
blood
annoyed
would
if
never
that's
be
the
a mixture
case.
into his blood.
I'm sorry?
The blood on him, there'll be no mixture of your blood and his blood. If I'm bleeding right here in my hand, and he's bleeding, and I rub his hand, there shouldn't be none of my blood into his blood.
I'm not bleeding anymore.
Well, that's what I'm asking you. There should not be anything, right?
Of mine.
Right.
No. Not blood mixture, but
You understand that science has come a long way when
I
you
thought
talk
you
about
meant
DNA.
me touching, me having blood on me is from me
There's a
touching.
difference for you checking for a pulse and then the kind of DNA we're talking about. You know, you got some hellacious injuries on your arms.
But these are not, I'm not bleeding from them. These are burns.
You understand that, you know, we look at those injuries and we can tell what that's all about.
And what is that one all about?
Those are some wraparound bruising.
Wraparound bruising.
Yes, ma'am. And I won't go into reasons why that's caused like that. I won't do that now. But I'm just
I have
telling
no
you,
idea
you
what
need
that
to
is. Yeah.
kind of be honest with us.
I get bruised all the time when I fall and when I, you know,
How often do you fall?
I've fallen many times. I've broken my shoulder from falling.
If she has
But you're
if she has
walking right,
Caesars, then she probably
but
does fall
it's
often.
been
If I mean,
some days that I
if it's
don't
an
walk, I
issue.
walk with a cane.
Oh shit! Why are you
You have a
here?
hard time walking when you don't walk with a cane?
I'm looking up vegan sushi pizza recipes.
Okay, on a good day.
Yeah.
Good day.
I also looked up mochi donut
Fine.
recipe.
No problem?
I have to actually get the ingredients for it because I don't think we have tapioca flour or gluten-free flour. I know we don't have yogurt.
I mean, can somebody tell that you've had hip replacements on
Huh?
a good day?
The whole thing in Pokemon, where he's like,
That you got pain?
Oh yeah, because rice.
What was it? Yeah, rice ball.
Yeah, it's
They
rice
can't
balls.
Yeah.
These aren't the sushi pizzas that I
Did you have
was.
hurt your husband and not remember?
Chasing Dad.
Have you
Oh,
ever done anything like that? Or anybody and not remember it?
No.
That's not a possibility. You're saying absolutely
what the
not.
hell?
I mean, there may be something
Why you
wrong
bring
with
him in
you,
here, fucker?
Your illness that could make you snap, huh?
He's kind of a whore.
Give him to me. He's a slut.
Did he grab you last night?
Yeah. He does
Did
actually
he
love
squeeze
me,
your arms?
which is awesome. Hey, baby boy. Hey, baby, you want to say hi?
He's purring. He's meowing.
You want to say hi? Yeah,
He
he's
grabbed
rubbing
your
on the
arms.
mic. I have a Sprite, and he's not a tiny little thing anymore. He's a fat boy.
No, he's not. He's still skinny.
He's so much bigger than he was, dude.
He's not a kid.
So much bigger than he was. You want to say hi?
He's fluffing the air.
Go say hi. Yeah, he has an oral
Can
fixation.
you guys hear his creaky jaw?
No consent.
Not at all.
Aw, you sniff them. You sniff them good. Aw. Yeah. He does this thing where he chews the air when he's happy. A couple of our
Mochi
cats,
used to do that.
a couple of our cats have oral
For someone
fixations,
with a
dog.
condition
Mochi grew
that
out of it,
causes
though.
poor balance
It
and
started
easy
as like an
bruising.
everyday thing.
This
That's
is
what I was
unreasonable
saying.
excuse.
She could literally
Since
just fall
Melgar
down and
did
seize
not give
out.
this explanation immediately,
He's
the
chilling,
detective
dog.
believes she is
You're not getting
grasping
food,
at
though.
straws.
His eyes
That was this
locked
arm.
onto it. There's none left. I ate all my dinner, fucker.
Yeah. Those Brussels sprouts were a little overcooked. The tofu was good.
Yeah, the problem was, I think if I do it next time, I'm going to start with the tofu in the pan. Cook those slightly more, because I like there being a crust on the tofu, which there really
When
wasn't.
I was getting out, and then
Or fry them ahead of time and add them to the roasted
no, that
broccoli
was when I
or
went to the
broccoli,
bathroom.
Brussels
I got out to
sprouts.
go to the bathroom.
That way, it's actually cooked more like I like to cook
Show me
it.
where you grabbed it.
Oh yeah, what I was saying.
Okay, hypnotic.
I slipped, and he raised his arm.
No,
Raise
Mochi
your
used to do it
sleeve
every
there.
day when he was younger. It
Yeah.
slowed down to him doing it like only when he was really happy or wanted food.
Now he just does it really when he wants food. He's like, look, I can imagine it in my mouth.
And I just grabbed on.
Yeah, he does.
And I got out. That
He
was
will
it.
sit there, stare me down, maybe because he knows I'll fucking beat his ass if he comes up on me when I have food.
I haven't seen.
But
him
he
do it
will
for a
sit
good year.
across the room from me, stare at me, and do the chewing thing with his mouth. It's like, no, you're not getting food.
Show him the bruising there.
What you doing?
I've seen him do the licking his lips thing.
What you doing?
Wrap around
Sprite
his
likes
lip.
being held like a
That's
baby,
from
though.
Falling.
Can you show him up here?
No, no chemicals.
He didn't grab me there.
I get kissed. You fucking. I get kissed, dog.
So what are those bruises?
Don't coom chemicals. That doesn't sound good.
I don't know. I don't recall.
Me
it.
when I lived
I
next
didn't have
door.
it.
He's like a doll. Oh,
Chemical waste disposal plant.
he's so fucking chill.
What about the other?
One of my
can you raise
dogs
the
loves
level up
standing
there?
across from me while I have dinner. I feel like that's just an animal thing to do. They know that you're eating.
Animals live their entire life
On the outside of the arm.
They know you're the source.
I hate that they're focusing on her bruising so much. She literally has a condition which makes her fucking fall.
Why?
From my illness, from all the medicines I take.
And yeah, the medicines that are involved with a lot of different
What
illnesses
do you
can
think
actually
should
cause
happen
easier bruising, or you to
the
stay
person
bruised for
that-
longer.
With
Hey,
Kitch that did this to your husband. What
I don't
do
know
you
why
think
he
his
left you
punishment
in here.
or her
You're not
punishment
getting
should
on the
be?
desk. Sprite is chilling
You
with
think
us,
they should have
guys. This
second
is
chance?
good.
What
He
do you
just
think
wants
should
my
happen to him?
food, though.
Or her.
Hey, look at
They
you,
go to
baby
prison.
boy. Look at you,
You know
baby
what they
boy.
normally do? They go to prison.
You're not getting it. You're not getting it, dog.
Burglary and then homicide be construed as a capital murder. It could be death penalty.
Oh, he's
Maybe I
rubbing
should
on the
get
mic
one.
arm, guys.
Yeah.
I'm fucking covered in cat hair right now.
I think it serves a purpose.
He already had food. They already ate dinner. He's just being greedy. Aw, sad dragon. Sad dragon.
Was your husband abusive towards you?
What the fuck? What the fuck?
We got along fine. Ask all my friends. We got along great.
Yeah, are you cuddling? You pouting? You
Did you
can't
stay
have the
at your
food.
house, Mom?
It's literally a dirty
Stay
fucking container. I already ate the food.
Did you plan this?
Nice. What
No.
spot is on a roll tonight, dog?
No, I did not.
Would you tell me if you did?
I wouldn't even know where to start to stage it.
Yeah.
And
You a
how am I going
cutie.
to tie myself up like that? And I
That's
didn't
what
even
I'm
get out of it.
asking, man.
I really was trying to get out of it.
Like, if they're going to
Prosecution
convict her,
would
then they...
later show that it would technically
What
be
the
possible
fuck?
for a person to tie themselves up in the way Melgar
Yeah, I was gonna
found.
say, yeah, she
It
has
is
a
still
cane and shit,
debatable
dog.
If Melgar, with her mobility limitations,
This is
would have
horrible.
been
I feel like
able
if
to
she,
do
if she
so.
had a decent lawyer, she wouldn't have gone to jail. Like, this is a
Were you
really
tied up
just
when you
shitty
first
look
woke
of the draw situation. Because technically it could go either way, but it really does feel like,
I don't remember.
at least in my opinion, based on the
I
evidence
don't
that's been
remember.
presented and how she's been behaving and
How
the,
did
you
find
know,
out that
all
you were tied up
this.
when you woke up the same time?
It sounds like she shouldn't be in jail. There's not enough evidence to conclusively prove that she did this thing. Is it somewhat suspicious
More weight.
circumstances? Yes, but does that mean that someone should go to... I don't know.
Cautious or conscious at that time.
You chilling, dog?
And you never
You
heard
chilling?
anything?
You fucking chilling, Sprite? What's funny is Sprite was one of the tiny babies. He was the smallest, or one of the smallest in the group that he was
You hear
born.
your husband yelling at him.
That's why we named him Sprite, because he was a tiny
I mean,
little thing.
It's pretty, you know, the wound that he had. It's pretty,
And he is so much bigger
it's
now.
painful. He went through a lot of pain. He suffered a lot.
Oh, baby.
He was right there.
Renamed to Spurt.
That's less than 20.
Nah, if I end up
25
with
feet
another
from where
animal,
you
I'm gonna
were at.
name it Spurt,
No,
especially if it's a
I
kitten.
think
Oh my
that
god.
I was already out
Guys,
of
meet
it.
Spurt. He's a little
That's the only
funky.
thing I could think of.
Hi there.
Wasn't it
You're not
ironic
going.
that
You're not going down on
you,
my
could-
floor.
you blacked
No,
out?
because I know how this rolls. Then you go under
The
my
exact
bed, and then you
time
do questionable
he's getting
shit, and then
stabbed.
I end up having to clean up
Bludgeoned.
underneath my bed.
I don't
No.
have an answer for you.
Not happening, dog.
Multiple times like that. Dying, screaming for help.
I love how enamored the cats are when they get to come into my
I
room,
don't
though,
know.
because
I
it's
don't
genuinely
understand
become a
it, but
treat
it's
for them.
ironic to me.
It's a lot of blood that you
Because
lost.
their hair and their
Wherever
dander
he encountered-
fucks with me. Right now, my
he
face
encountered
is
them before
itchy
you
and
did.
my eye holes are
So they
watering
came
and my
knock
nose
you
is
out.
stuffy
That's why I think there was ample
because I'm actively
opportunity for you
holding
to
one of
hear
them.
Something and nothing.
Huh.
You're saying nothing. I mean,
Y'all
I don't-
adorable
you
as
could have
fuck,
army
but
tanks
you
running
wreck
in the
me.
bathroom and you'd hear that.
Yeah, you really do.
That's what I don't understand.
She needed a lawyer,
Could you
like.
hear him?
No, I couldn't hear him.
Could you hear him yelling for
And
help?
again, this
No.
is just
you
such
hear
a
him
borderline traumatic
screaming?
line of fucking questioning. If she,
I didn't
again,
hear him.
devil's
he was in
advocate,
pain.
she didn't actually
We
do
know
it.
that.
Like, you know how fucking
suffered a
guilty she
lot.
probably feels if she didn't actually do it?
I
Like,
need you to help me.
could I have done more? Should
I
I,
need you
you
to
know,
help me.
I would be fucking running through those
I need
questions.
you to help me on this. Can you help me? I need
Yeah,
you to
Sprite's
help me.
broken. He likes being held on his back like a baby.
I didn't
Sandra,
hear
can you
anything.
help
I
me?
didn't hear anything. I didn't hear anything.
I need help, Sandra. Please
He's
help me.
falling asleep, though.
Screaming
Sleepy
after
boy?
screaming after screaming. He's in pain. I need help.
The detective presses hard, trying to drive Melgar to confess from the weight of the guilt. Melgar is distressed.
I'd love to
but
know
does
if her
not
story
change her
changed
statement.
at all throughout the case of the
Help
trial
me,
and stuff.
Sandra.
Because for me, that would also be a
Help
huge
me.
tell as to whether I would
Tell
perceive
me.
that as meaning
Cousin's a nice
that
guy.
she like directly murdered
He
him,
went through a
or
lot
she
of
played a
pain.
part, or she was completely
Help me.
innocent. Because, like I said, for
Sandra,
a lot of
I need
people, all
help.
those lies, it's hard to keep all of them straight.
Please help me, Sandra.
So they'll choke and they'll tell, you know, they'll slip up. I mean, it's what happens when you lie.
Sandra, help me.
Sprite, you're not getting down, dog.
Sandra, I need help.
No.
I
I
didn't
need
hear anything. Stop already.
I need help, Sandra. I need help. Help me.
That's it. That's it. I need a lawyer. I'm
You
not
needed a
talking
lawyer
anymore.
fucking
This is
hours
gonna
ago.
just Trying to torture me here.
I'm not torturing you. I'm asking for help.
That's it.
You watching true crime too, baby boy? Watching true crime too?
Did you love your
I
husband?
kind of wish you guys
Yes,
could
I
see
love
Sprite
my
right now.
husband.
He's in my lap,
You're
covered by
right.
blanket,
Yes.
watching the monitors.
Wanted to kill him.
What's going on over there?
Of
Oh.
course.
He's fighting sleep though. Probably because it's nice and comfy in here, huh? I love how they think a phrase that might trigger emotion and then repeat it for like an hour. Right?
No, I didn't.
Did you have anything to do with your husband's death?
No.
Like, again, she should just fucking... You're not getting down, baby boy. It's just not happening.
The police were never able to come up with a clear reason for
It's
Melgar
just, it
to have
really
murdered her
sounds
husband.
so
All of
shaky.
the evidence against her was
That's what I'm
circumstantial at
saying.
best. The jury deliberated over the case for about 8 hours over 2 days, and at first was split down the middle about their decision. On the second day, Sandy Melgar was found guilty
What
of
the...
murder. She
See,
was
I
given
don't
27
know.
years in state prison.
I don't fucking...
She is
I
appealing her
don't
conviction.
agree with
And
that.
that's
Only because
where we
I
end
don't
this
think
video.
there's anything that's
If you like today's video,
sincerely
then drop a like.
100%...
And if you wanna
you know what I
support the channel
mean?
even further,
Like, there's no, like, solid evidence. A lot of cases do, like, at the end of the day, kind of rely on circumstantial evidence, but usually there's still a big chunk of something that's more solid, i.e. like camera footage of a thing proving that like part of what they said is wrong, or it like breaks their alibi, that kind of shit. Like DNA found at the scene, like murder weapon potentially found, or like ID'd or whatever, or seen. Like, this is weird because there's like none of that. It's very much just like, oh well, technically she could have possibly done it. Like, the biggest thing for me is the fact that she has a actual, like, medical history. She's not fucking faking, you know, having seizures. She has, like, an active fucking, like, issue with certain things that directly impair you and directly cause things that were, I guarantee, were used as evidence against her, like the whole bruising and stuff, where it's like, I'm kind of disappointed that it took 8 hours and 2 days for a jury to be like, yeah. Like, what? What does the comments say? I'm actually kind of curious. The fact this woman is sitting in prison and Casey Anthony is out there living her best life shows just how jacked their justice system is, SMH. I feel like her case could have also gone a lot differently if she just asked for a lawyer and stuck by her guns at the beginning of the interview. Which, again, I've already stated my thoughts on our criminal justice system and the whole use of, like, lawyers and stuff. I just feel like there should automatically be representation in the room when you're getting questioned, because the general public does not understand a lot of basic laws and truths to certain processes, like the interrogation process. Where'd you go? You went under my bed, damn it! Baby boy. Baby boy. Well, he's under the fucking bed now. You are a bed gremlin. I'm not removing you. You live there now. Let's see. Proof positive no one should ever talk to the cops without their attorney present. Let's go. If anyone that is in your family or circle of friends gets murdered and the police say they want to interview you about it, just assume that you are a suspect and ask for a lawyer. Don't say anything else until the lawyer is present. She either deserves, that's what I'm saying though, she either deserves an Oscar for best performance or she is innocent. You fool, you left him under my bed. You absolute buffoon. Baby boy. Fucking sit here, dog. Come on. No. That's not how this goes. I have cat on my lap. Hey, is that better? Jesus Christ, and you have a lot of people saying she's a terrible... Am I? Could have sworn she asked for a lawyer. Multiple times. She did, but the video is edited, just speculating that they probably spoke her out of it with, you think you want a lawyer? We have more questions. Would really like to help your husband. Do you want to help your husband? Dirty but illegal. Yeah, unless you literally say, I want a lawyer. I'm not saying anything else. And even then, they're still going to ask you, are you sure? Like, don't say anything else. Literally be like, I am invoking my right to not speak until I have a lawyer present. Because I have not studied law, and I would like to not land in trouble. Okay, so this is... If someone is poisoned, what does it go down on the death certificate as? Eric Richins. This one's a little funky fresh. Again, I only know basic details about this case. I don't know, like, a lot, so... Closed captions.
A sibling
Oh,
or
wait.
a friend
What's the
talking
channel
about
for this one?
loss with kids can be a
Dreading, Crime and Psychology. I think we've checked out a couple of videos by them.
Are You With Me? Corey Richins to share her 3 C's to helping kids cope with grief. And Corey, I want to start with your story. What happened in your personal life?
So my husband passed away unexpectedly last year, so it's
Good
March
things,
4th.
Utah. Good things, Utah. Oh, she fucking killed her husband. Shit.
Was a
So she's
1-year
selling a
anniversary
book
for us, and
for
he was
children having to
39
go
and
through, like,
completely
grief.
Took us all by shock.
Eric Eugene Richins.
Holy oh my god, I respect it. Look at that fucking fish. That's a massive fish. What the fuck? Look at how proud he is. Look at that smile. This is beautiful. Good things. My husband died horrifically, by the way. Yeah, the fish.
13th.
Where's the
1982,
chocolate?
in Bountiful, Utah, and from an extremely early age,
I still have
learned how to
pussy
take
in my
charge
arms right
of the
now.
world around him. His parents owned a ranch full of livestock,
Yeah.
and as the eldest
Hi.
boy, his daily routine included getting up at the crack of dawn, hauling hay, feeding the animals, and doing hard labor. He was
Pussy
an incredibly
and
driven
fish.
and competitive man, never content.
He's just
with
chilling.
just being
He's
good
not.
at
He's
something
not
when he
happy
could
that
be
I'm
the
holding
best.
him.
When
Like
he wasn't working on
he's
the
not
ranch
actively
with his
resisting,
family,
but
he
you
was
can
playing
tell he's annoyed
basketball,
from his
baseball,
body
and
language. But
soccer.
he's
In the
purring because
off-season,
he's being
he would run
held.
cross country, figuring that it would give
The
him
easiest
a
way to calm
competitive
down a lot of the
advantage.
cats in our household is
Similarly, he
literally
loved
just to
hunting
pick them
and
up
camping,
because they're
considering
whores.
himself to be a skilled
Like they'll still
outdoorsman.
act like
In
they're
different
upset with you,
interviews
but they
given
won't
by friends
willingly
and
leave.
family,
They'll just
they
be
would
like,
remember
okay.
Eric stating
Fuck
that if
you,
there were
but keep
ever a
going,
worldwide
dog.
catastrophe and he was forced to survive in the wild, he would barely notice. He spent his free time
Good.
off-roading, traveling the world on
Yo,
hunting trips, and working
that's
hard to make
awesome.
those trips possible. Eric
That's
was also an active
awesome.
member
He was a man
in
of
the Church of Jesus
adventure.
Christ
Oh.
of Latter-day Saints.
So
more
he had,
commonly
like,
known as
attachment
the
to
Mormon
Sky Daddy,
Church.
but, like,
He grew
other
up
than
in their
that-
religion, and while in college, served a 2-year mission trip in Mexico City.
Oh
and
wow.
learned to
Okay. Okay.
speak
You can
Spanish
commend him. I'll
fluently.
commend
On
him
the
a
trip,
little bit on
he fell
that.
in love with masonry and was determined to
Wow.
own his own business when he returned to Utah. In 2012,
Oh wow.
Eric
That's
returned
actually
home
kind of
and
cool.
started his own business in Camas, Utah, when one day, while checking out at Home Depot, the woman behind the counter encouraged him to ask out one of her coworkers, Corey. Corey was born April 20th,
Wow.
1990, and was described as an incredibly put-together, normal woman. One
That's what I
anonymous
mean, though. is
former
There's so
friend
much
would
shit
tell
that
the New York
happens by
Post
chance,
that
and
she
not
was the type
necessarily
of
like
friend
full-blown
who could do
relationships, but
anything if
just
she was determined to
connections.
do it, no matter how impossible it seemed to anyone else. When Eric and Corey
Nice.
began dating, friends would say that the couple was perfect. They seemed incredibly in love, and it was no surprise that the couple would move into a spacious mansion and marry each other in the home's backyard on June 15th, 2013.
Damn,
Corey would
okay.
leave her job at Home Depot and begin working in real estate. The couple would have 3 sons,
That's a leap.
Carter, Ashton, and Weston. And to the public, they seemed like an
Ashton.
incredibly happy, well-rounded family. But looks tend to be deceiving. Welcome back to another episode of Dreading. Or
It's
if
not
this
that
is
they.
your
Okay.
first
Here's what I'd say. It's not that they. I don't know. It's so easy to fake like an ideal lifestyle or a better lifestyle than you actually live online. Like it's so easy.
time here, welcome. Today
Wow,
we're going to be
not it.
covering the ongoing case
I am excited
Corey
for
Richins,
September and
the woman
October,
who is currently
because
on
October
trial
is
for
spooky
killing
month,
her
which is
husband
awesome.
by dosing him with a
And-
lethal amount of fentanyl, then going on to
Ooh.
publish a children's book about grief. As this
Oh,
case
shit.
is ongoing, and the accused has denied the charges
They have
against her,
3
she is
kids,
presumed
too.
innocent
That's so
in the eyes of
sad.
the law. As
Like,
such,
could you
we
imagine
will
what those
simply be
fucking
going
kids are
over all
going
the
through,
facts of
dog?
the case. as presented in court documents and going over her defense and the strategies they will likely be
You
using
chillin',
in
baby
court.
boy.
This video has been widely
Yeah.
requested in the comment sections of our last couple of uploads, as well as on our Patreon, and subscribers would like to see all of that and
Cool.
routinely took exorbitant
There you
holiday
go.
trips. Eric actively coached his boys in every sport they played.
Aw.
They went to every sporting event that they could, and they were all active in the church. From the
So
outside,
they were
everything was fine.
they were a
But for the
very
last
fucking
couple of
active
years of his
family
life,
altogether.
Eric began to tell people closest to him that his lovely wife was trying to kill him. The first
What
time
the
he became
fuck?
suspicious
They
of
have
his
an
wife
8-bit
was when
baby.
the family was on a trip to
Shit.
Greece. According to the arrest affidavit, Eric
That's a
told his
fucking.
sister that Corey made
So did he actually fucking tell family members and friends, I think this bitch is trying to kill me? That makes it so much worse.
him
Oh,
a drink that made
that's
him
sad.
violently ill. The manner in which he was affected by
Oh.
this drink was beyond a simple case of food poisoning
No.
or anything that he'd experienced previously. And according to
Minecraft,
his sister,
baby.
he was so shaken by this experience, he told her that should anything happen to him, that his wife was likely behind it. Corey denied any wrongdoing by both
So,
Eric and
just
his
a
family,
fucking sentence. Someone fucked classic Mario in the relationship.
claiming that this negative reaction was likely due to something he had eaten earlier in the day, and allegedly feigned
How
hurt when
long
Eric
was she
became
fucking
distrustful of her.
poisoning
She
him? Oh
repeatedly
my
stated
god.
that for him to think that she was capable
I think that's
of
the
hurting
biggest
him
thing for a
was worse
lot
than
of
anything, and attempted
a lot of like attempted poisonings. It's not like instant. You have to continuously do it. Like you have to make the conscious decision every time to be like, well, and I'm putting a little bit of this in here. Like you, it's not just like a one and done situation. Not to like say that like any other like a gunshot to the head or like any other way of killing someone is like better. I'm just saying from like the perspective of someone doing the deed, right? You literally have to keep up the whole this is something I want to do throughout all of that.
to repair the trust that had been damaged between
Multiple
them. But that would not be the only attempt on Eric's
8-bit
life.
babies.
Valentine's Day of 2022, Corey surprised her husband at work, bringing him a homemade lunch to celebrate the holiday. After she left, Eric took one bite of the sandwich, which left him unable to breathe and covered in
Oh
hives.
my
Thankfully,
God.
he was able to use his son's EpiPen and take some Benadryl before ultimately passing out. After this
What the
second
fuck?
reaction, Eric became convinced that his wife
What the fuck? Yo, you're I want to be a fly on the wall to just see that entire thing play out at work. Like, what? What was he allergic to specifically? Did they say? Because if she knew he was specifically allergic to something because they're fucking married and have kids, and that's how she tried to do it, that's horrible. Be like, I don't think he brought his EpiPen today. Like, what? The fuck? That's a weird way to fucking off someone.
was trying to kill him, so much so that he changed his life insurance policy so that his sister would be the beneficiary. He told his
Damn.
friends and family, and though they encouraged
That's
him to leave Corey,
horrible.
he felt conflicted. On the one hand, he truly believed that his wife had made 2 failed attempts on his life, but on the other hand,
That's
he had
fucked
no proof.
up.
All he had was vague suspicion. And what if he was wrong? Did he actually want to put his sons through a contentious divorce? Did he want to put himself through that?
Yeah, he was in a
confused,
bad fucking
paranoid, and
spot.
beginning
That's
to look
so
into what a
sad.
divorce with Corey would look like. When on March 4th, less than a month after the Valentine's Day lunch, Eric was found dead from a fentanyl overdose in the family home.
Okay,
According
why?
to Corey's
Oh,
version of events,
that
from the
spelling
night
of
her husband
Corey
was
is
found
just
deceased,
interesting.
They'd been celebrating either her closing on a house for work the night before, or their plans to purchase a $2 million home that night. To celebrate, Corey made Eric his favorite drink, a Moscow Mule, and brought it to him in bed, before she ultimately went to sleep in one of her son's rooms,
Oh,
given that
no.
he was having nightmares. Notably, she claimed that she
Oh.
left her cell phone in the couple's bedroom, plugged in, charging next to her bed. At 3 a.m. the following morning, she woke up and walked to their bedroom, hoping to spend the rest of the night sleeping next to her husband. But when she climbed into bed, she tried to cuddle her husband and felt his body was ice cold. She tried to wake him up, but he was completely unresponsive and she couldn't find a pulse. Immediately fearing
How
the
did
worst,
she not get
called
jailed? Is this
911.
because there was
While
no?
on the phone
Is
with
this going to be a case if there was no direct evidence to prove it? Whereas with the other fucking case, what I hated was there was no direct evidence to prove it, and they just put her in jail. Like, is this going to be the opposite fucking situation? I'm gonna be so fucking annoyed, dude. Like, what the fuck?
911.
This
the
is where I
dispatcher
I
told
feel
her
like our
to
fucking
attempt to
justice
revive her
system
husband by
fails
performing
us.
CPR, which Corey claimed to have done.
I gotta
When
let the
first
pussy out,
responders
guys.
arrived, they found Eric dead.
I gotta
at
let the
foot of his
pussy out.
bed.
He's trying
An
to get
autopsy
into
was
my
later
shit on my
performed
desk.
on Eric's body, and the cause of death was determined to be a significant fentanyl overdose. The medical examiner found that the fentanyl had been ingested orally, and he had taken 5 times the lethal dose, much more than anyone would take if they simply had been taking it recreationally. Everyone in Eric's life was shocked at the findings. Eric was an incredibly healthy, active person and never showed any indication of any illicit drug use. No one in his life, save for Corey, knew anything about Eric using illicit drugs. And following his death, no one came forward with any stories of him being out of control in any way. When Corey had finally spoken to the police following her husband's death, she told them that her husband was incredibly healthy and he had never used any drugs stronger than THC.
That's
However,
just weird.
when he was found to have 5 times the lethal limit of fentanyl in his system, she changed her story. She
Nice.
repeatedly claimed that he had a secret double life and was constantly using drugs and drinking. She
What
claimed
the
that
hell?
he kept a lot of his secret life from his friends and family, and they would be shocked at some of the things he had done, but provided no direct evidence of any of her claims.
That's
but
sussy.
Her story would almost immediately
And that's just
fall apart.
sad. I feel so
When
bad
Eric's
for the
friends and
fucking
family learned of his
children.
passing, they were immediately
Multiple
suspicious of
children.
Corey.
It's not
He had
just
told
one
multiple
child. Not like that
individuals
really makes it
about
any
how he
better or
believed
worse, but
his
like,
wife was trying
goddamn.
to kill him, and that he was looking into divorcing her. And now
How
that he
many
was dead,
people did he
seemingly
fucking
of a
tell this
fentanyl
to?
overdose, they knew something wasn't right.
Seemingly
When
a
police
professional
questioned
overdose.
Eric's family,
No.
they were quick to point the finger at their sister-in-law, stating that she was hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt and that she likely killed Eric to get his life insurance. Years prior to his death, Corey had allegedly purchased 4 life insurance policies, totaling $2 million years before the alleged murder. She also allegedly took out a $250,000 home equity line of credit and spent it, and stole about $134,000 from her husband's business, as well as withdrawing $100,000 from his bank accounts and spent more than $30,000
Jesus.
with his credit cards. According to his family,
Oh
when
my
she was
God,
confronted
man.
about the missing money, she agreed to pay her husband back. Following what he believed was the second attempt on his life, Eric had changed the beneficiary of his life insurance
Nice.
policies to be his sister and cut his
Oh,
wife
yeah,
out of his
brother.
will entirely. At some point, Corey was made aware of the change to her husband's life insurance and tried to name herself as the beneficiary without Eric knowing by doing so online.
I
However,
don't have like
Eric was
any
made aware of this
pajamas. I
change
haven't even
and
thought about it. I
immediately
usually wear
reversed
like
it.
lazy
She was
day
unaware
clothes to bed.
that he had changed his will.
So usually
or
like
that he made his
sweatpants
sister
or
the
like
trustee
swim
on his
shorts
living
and then
trust.
fucking a tank
Moreover,
top.
usually in cases of an accidental overdose, multiple people are aware of the person's drug habit, but the
Huh?
police were unable to find anyone, save for
Nice.
Corey, to state that
Did you have
Eric
dinner?
actively used drugs. His
Yeah,
business partner
wasn't it?
described him as active and healthy and claimed that if Eric had been
Busting
using,
it down
he
on
would have
her
seen some
fucking
evidence of
face,
it.
dog.
When they looked through his cell phone,
On the
they were unable to
woman,
find
let's
any
go.
evidence that he had ever used drugs or associated with anyone who did. The day after Eric's death, Corey allegedly
yeah,
had a party
I guess
at the
it's fair.
family's house.
Last time
which
I wore
was
like a proper
allegedly
set of
supposed to be
pajamas
celebrating the fact
was
that they
the
had just purchased
what,
a
a
$2
year
million
and a half ago,
home.
2 years ago. It was the
According
last
to
time that
court
me and my
documents,
family went
she
into the
likely
drive-in
thought
theater
that
because I
she
actually
would be
just
able to
bought
purchase this
fucking
house with the
pajamas
money
to
from
wear.
Eric's
They were
insurance
like
policies
the kind
and
of pajamas
business,
like you
and would
looked at them
only
and
be
they
made
were
aware
obviously they
that
were
she wouldn't be
pajamas,
able
but
to
they
do
weren't
so
like
after the party.
a lot of
2 days
female
after his
pajamas is
death,
like super
Corey
thin.
allegedly assaulted her sister-in-law after they found her trying to break into her husband's safe.
And,
According
like,
to
I
Amy,
fucking-
she went over to the family home to speak to
I just
Corey
wore
and to
those
see
to the
if she
drive-in
wanted
because
help planning
you know
Eric's
going to the
funeral,
drive-in
but
you're not
found her
leaving
in the
until like
garage with
1
a
a.m.,
locksmith
2
that she
a.m.
hired
and
to
you're gonna
break
get
into
home
her
and
brother's
crash. So.
safe. She informed Corey that she legally was not allowed to be
I wear
doing that,
pajamas
and repeatedly
24/7.
asked the widow
Dude,
why
I
she
would
wouldn't
wear
just ask
yeah,
her father for the
that's
code
fair.
when Corey physically attacked Amy, punching her in the face
Like I
and
said,
neck.
when I'm home, I
According
wear
to
my
Amy,
lazy
it
day
took 4
clothes.
people to get the
Eventually,
mother
I'll
of
actually
3
sit down
off
and
of
like
her.
have an entire
Shortly
wardrobe, but I
thereafter,
just
Corey
I hate
hired a
clothes
lawyer
shopping.
to sue
That
her
plays into
husband's
it.
trust, as well as reinstate her as the beneficiary of all of his life insurance policies, and to have her husband's remains cremated. Corey's behavior privately
No, but
was
you're
not in line
fucking
with the person
comfortable all the
grieving,
time
but
then, which is a
according to
beautiful
friends and
thing.
family, she acted completely
One thing that I
differently
hate
while in
about
public.
going to work
She began
is
to
the
utilize
fact that
her
I have to
husband's
follow a
death for
dress
her own
code.
gain,
It's
putting
so
together a
uncomfy.
golf
Like it's not a
tournament where the
strict dress code,
proceeds
so I'll
would
give
go
it that
directly
much.
to
But it's
her.
just
Notably,
I don't
no one
know.
from Eric's
It's not the
family
same as
was
like your
allowed to
home and you
attend
can
the
just
tournament.
wear what
But that
feels
wasn't
right.
Corey's only plan to make money off of her
Like I
husband.
can't wear
She
hoodies
quickly
at
got
work.
to
That's
work
probably the
writing
biggest
a
thing
children's book
overall.
titled "Are You With Me?" The book
Because
was
we're
meant to
supposed
be
to
a
look
comfort
somewhat
to her
professional,
children
which is
and to help other
stupid
children
considering
cope
where I
with
work.
the loss of a parent. The following is an article written by Dina Manzanares about the book and Corey's life.
I had
Corey
some,
Richins
which is
an
fine.
incredible mother who touched our
Why?
hearts by sharing her personal story of loss. Her husband of 9 years unexpectedly passed away just 1 year ago, leaving behind his wife and their 3 young sons. While learning to navigate grief in a new normal, Corey and her sons began to write a children's book to help others cope with the loss of a
Corey and
loved
her
one.
sons.
She tells us she
Corey wrote a fucking children's book to get some money. That's what that shit is. How is this? I just,
needs the distraction in a way to channel and articulate the family's feelings. The
like,
beautiful
this
book
seems so
is based
fucking.
around Corey's 3
Again, this
C's.
is probably just
Connection,
fucking
keep the person's spirit alive
because it's
who has
circumstantial.
passed,
But it annoys
talking
me
about
that the
them, sharing
last
memories
case,
of them, doing the
circumstantially,
things
it
they
actually
used
felt
to
the
do, letting
opposite. It
children
felt like
tell
she was
stories of
actually
those loved
innocent or
ones.
mostly innocent.
Continuity.
Again,
Try and keep routines
maybe
and
she fucking
schedules
hired
as
someone,
normal
but I
as
don't think she
possible.
herself could
Sports,
physically
school
really get
pickups and
away with what
drop-offs,
happened.
living
And then you
situation,
have
friends,
this fucking
etc.
situation
Keep their
where it
normal
seems like it's
daily
way more
environment for
leaning
as
in the
long as
direction of you
possible.
being guilty.
Care,
How the fuck?
affirming their feelings, understanding when they are sad,
How the fuck
mad,
did the last
lonely,
person end
and
up in
talking about
jail
those
for fucking
feelings
20
and letting
something
them
years?
know it's okay.
And this
Don't
host
try to
seems
change
like
their
she doesn't go to
feelings, but
jail.
let
She
them cope with the
fucking
stages
writes
of
a book
grief
and
with
creates a
plenty of
book
hugs,
and
kisses,
profits
and
off
empathy.
of it.
That article was published April 6th, and a little over a month later, Corey would be arrested and charged with her husband's murder. From the moment
She actually
police
faced
arrived on the
time?
scene, they could
Did
sense
she?
that Eric's death was by no means normal. Corey had claimed that she had attempted giving her husband CPR and had gone, but when paramedics arrived on the scene, it was obvious that CPR had not been administered.
Why
They
would you
subpoenaed
lie
her phone
about that,
records
though?
and found that, according to her phone's activity that night, she hadn't been asleep in her son's room like she claimed. Instead, she had been moving about the house as her husband lay dying, and had sent and received multiple messages, which she later deleted in order to supplement her story to police.
What the fuck?
The investigation also
Like, this
found
just makes
that
her
Corey
seem
owned a
even more
second
guilty.
secret cell phone and had made
What
buying
the
her story.
fuck?
Hey, after you guys left Friday, I was trying to make sure the dates were as accurate as possible, but I always feel like something was last year, and it was actually several years ago. Crying laughing emoji. Anyway, you asked me when my doctor had prescribed quetiapine. I believe I told you years before Eric passed. However, I emailed my doctor today to get a
Others
specific
laughing
date,
emoji
and this was her
emojis.
response. I don't even know if this matters for anything, but it
Right.
was bothering me.
I
Crying
got a couple
laughing
more
emoji.
fidget toys because they were on
Also,
sale, including
Eric's company
some
was
magnetic
started in
fidget rings that I
2010,
now
not
use when I'm at work.
2012. I think I might have said 12.
They're so nice
That's
to
when
have.
we got
Why is there?
married.
Why are you
LOL.
using laughing
Again,
emojis
none
and
of this
LOL?
probably matters, but it was bothering me. Following that email, she sent the following. Hey there. I thought I would clarify some other items on your list that you
Fucking,
spoke
why is
to
she using
Redacted about.
emojis?
The beginning of February last year.
She thinks
my
she's a
kids had
fucking
soccer
wacky
tournament
fucking
in Mesquite.
individual. What
the day
the fuck?
before we left, February 2nd, 2022, I tested positive for COVID. I have attached a picture of my test from on my computer in my kitchen from when I first found
Counter.
out. Photo 1. I sent it to my mom and redacted to let
Not
them know
counter.
because I was just
Or
around
not
the
computer,
both of
counter
them.
in my
Eric
kitchen.
was the coach of the soccer team, and I'm the annoying mom on the sideline that never stops yelling winky tongue out emoji. We
Jesus
don't miss
Christ.
games
I
or
love how I
tournaments.
fucking read it,
We're
dog.
a huge soccer family. When we found out I had
Of course you
COVID,
do.
I didn't want to miss the soccer tournament, nor did I want to get my kids sick. So I stayed at Casablanca. I didn't want to risk getting my boys ill during the tournament and then not play well. I brought a box of home tests with me to test every day, so I could either join the boys staying at my father-in-law's or at least be with them during the game. Casablanca is
I
about
stood
5
on the sidelines
minutes
wearing a
from the
mask
soccer
and not
field.
interacting with anyone.
Actually,
Happy to get
here
the
is a
other
picture
soccer
of the
parents to
room
attest
number
to
I
this.
stayed in.
Eric
I
had gotten
taken a
COVID
picture
after
for my
we got
mom
home.
and Eric.
Aw.
I was still positive every day. Pictures attached. I would take pictures of my test to Eric to say, still positive. You can check Eric's phone for this. I stood on the sidelines wearing a mask and not interacting with anyone. Happy to get
Okay,
other soccer
like, what the
parents
fuck?
to attest
Pretty
this.
sure that's
Eric
milk.
had gotten COVID after we
How
got
dare
home
you.
from Mesquite. You asked Redacted about my exotic vacations I have
Are you
taken
gonna go
since
back
Eric's
downstairs, Belle?
passing. I went on 2 trips last year. One, my kids tried out at a soccer camp in SLC to qualify to play in Spain in June, and both of my
Fair
kids
enough.
made it. So yes, I took them to Spain in October of 2012. I have attached their invitation letters. Also, Eric and I went to Mexico every year, sometimes twice. We traveled a lot. We have taken the boys to Mexico a few times. We like
Sorry,
to go
guys, I
in
had to mute.
January. However, January of
What the
2022, we could not
That
go
you guys took
because
a
Eric had his
perfectly
hunting trip
innocent
to
fucking
Mexico
picture
trip
of a really
2 weeks
yummy drink that I
planned,
made
and
in
it was too much that
October in a
month.
fucking
This is not
cauldron
new
cup.
for us to go to
You
Mexico
turned that fucking
or
image
for us
into
to
the
go out of the
dirtiest
country
shit, bro.
or on vacation with our kids.
Immediately,
I took my
your
kids
brains
and my mom came with
immediately went
us
there.
in August of
Fucking
2022
immediately,
to
dog.
Mexico. As I hope you understand, the months prior to
That
this,
was like one
since
of my
Eric's
most
death,
like
have been
innocent
hard to
fucking
deal
posts.
with.
I was
Pausing
not.
the email for a moment, let's talk briefly about this explanation. The question that the other party was asking about was if Corey took any exotic vacations since Eric's passing, to which the answer was yes. But the general phrasing of that question is accusatory. It makes it appear as if the police are asking if Corey is reacting properly to her husband's death. In response, Corey bombards the investigator with unnecessary details about the 2 trips she has taken, and how the trips were either not for pleasure or scheduled earlier in the year prior to Eric's death, and therefore are okay. She is seemingly unable to let the accusation that she went on 2 exotic vacations stand, and has to assure the officer that she did go on trips,
This
or
is
she
kinda
wasn't
weird.
happy because that
Did
wouldn't
her
be
fucking,
appropriate.
like,
The
legal
addition of frivolous
team,
details only makes her appear more guilty and on edge to the police. It's also clear that she is actively
Bro, I was in a
asking
happy
her friends
mood. I was
and
like,
family
this shit
about
look
what they are
bussin'. I
telling
took
the
a
police.
picture of it. I was
She
like,
doesn't say,
yeah,
you asked
spooky
me if I had
drink.
taken any exotic
Immediately you guys were
vacations.
like,
She
semen.
says, you asked someone else. She
No,
comes
I did
across
not
as
think
paranoid
holy
and
cauldron
desperate,
of
which would only make
semen.
her look
That's a
guilty in
fucking
the eyes of
statement.
the investigators.
Oh my god.
Continuing, she writes, no, I have never been to Key
I
West of
I
the
would
Keys
love
in
to know
Florida.
if her
However,
fucking
my nanny went
if
with
this
her
was
family
if she
in
ran
June
this by like
2022.
anyone who's
So
legally
maybe you have
representing her as
something
like a
mixed
thing
up.
she can do,
Eric's
and they were
affair
like, yeah, this is a
was
good
the same
idea.
year I moved out. The trust was created, as
Oh my
well as
God.
him looking into a divorce.
No.
I never actually moved out. I moved my
How
clothes
dare.
out one weekend to make Eric understand I'm not kidding about leaving him if he doesn't end things with redacted. I did
It
this on a
just- it
Thursday
seems
or a
weird,
Friday
man.
while
This
he
whole
was out
thing
of
seems
town.
weird, and
I
not
was
in a
home
good way,
Monday.
not in
I never
like
stayed
a-
another night at the other house. Eric and I
I
figured
feel
things
bad
out
for all
like
parties
most
involved
couples
way.
do.
It looks
Redacted
bad
was
in
her
a way
name.
that I'm like,
he changed her
she
name
did
in his
something.
phones, so I wouldn't know
It
about
really
it. And
it
honestly,
seems like
we
she did
worked things
something.
out after that. I never went through his phone again to see if he changed it back, but you have his phone and can check. Eric's family and the prosecution have stated that they had no evidence to show that Eric was actively or had ever cheated on his wife. They did claim
the
that
fuck?
Eric was suspicious that Corey had cheated on him for years, but as far as we know, as of July 2023, everything Corey has stated in this email about him cheating is a lie. Eric and I went to redacted counseling in Camas. We only went about 4 times maybe. It wasn't for us. Redacted and redacted are the same person, as I'm assuming you know that. Haha, I'm also assuming Redacted told
What the
Woody
hell?
her husband got a call from him and gave all this information, lol. Yet he didn't ever go in to talk to detectives. Ironic how these things work. Mental health. Yes, I
Like,
got
it's literally a
postpartum after my
bulleted, like,
second child in
list. I do really-
2014.
I
Yes,
wanna
I took
know now,
medication
man.
for it. No, Eric and I
If
do
she
not
just
have
like was
financial
sat there
problems
and was
ever.
like, I should
Yes,
clear these
Eric
things
made
up
more
real
money
quick.
than me. Do you
Or
make
if she
more money
actually
than
was
your
like,
wives?
is
Have
this
I
a good
ever been
idea? Should I do
financially
this? Or
reliant
if
on
like
Eric
legal
in the
representation
last
was like,
5
you
years?
might want to do this.
Absolutely not. Eric did not want me working because
I don't know,
1,
man.
his first wife
I've
cheated
never
on
met
him
anyone
with a guy
named
at work.
Redacted, but
2,
there's a lot of
his whole
redacted
sentence
motherfuckers
is
out there.
redacted. 3, Eric wanted us to live the typical conservative life where the man takes
Why
care
is
of his
2
family
just blocked
and the
out?
wife is a homemaker.
Wait,
wife,
no, what are you
mom,
blocking
and
out
that's
for
it.
2?
That is not my personality and not the way I was raised.
I'm actually
I am
kind of
very
curious. Like, I
independent.
get the
Even when
names
I
and
stayed
stuff.
home with my kids the first few years, I was in grad school for years because I wanted to be more and do more than be a homemaker, and I did. And when I did and started my business, it took some adjusting, but Eric and I were fine with it. We hired my nanny and everything worked out. My nanny Redacted moved out because she was engaged and she and her fiance were moving in together. That was always supposed to be temporary. She worked full-time for Eric and I for years prior to his death. If anyone can tell you about our marriage, it's her. She lived it with us. Feel free to call her. Redacted has already submitted her phone records to
Jesus
you
Christ.
to prove that your toll is incorrect. Redacted will also be submitting hers
Please
over
check
to you
with
guys
the lab
today or
on those
tomorrow.
gummies.
I'm working on getting mine. However, Eric's
What?
business partner is not being cooperative, but can call Redacted and ask them, and he would probably give them to you. I know what time I went to bed that night. There is not a hole in my story.
I love how it feels like she's
Hopefully,
like
by
giving them
obtaining
permission. You
4
guys
phone
can even
record
chat with them if you
documentation,
feel
you guys can
necessary.
see this too.
Like,
Here,
bitch, that
Corey
is
is
literally
clearly
their
trying
job.
to
What are you
explain
talking
away the
about? They
fact
don't
that
need
her
your
phone
fucking
was open
permission.
multiple times, and her location services on her phone showed her to be moving around the house while she claimed to be asleep. But those are contradictory statements. Corey could not have been asleep in her son's room while also sending text messages, which were later deleted, and walking about the house.
I don't
She
get
knows
what would
this,
prompt
but
you to
instead of
send this,
changing her
really.
story and saying that she misremembered, she states that the 3 unrelated people will be submitting their phone records to show she is being honest, and she will be submitting her own records, which would somehow be more accurate than the ones the police received from the cell phone company themselves. She is trying to overwhelm the police by how forthcoming she is being. That if someone was
Literally,
lying about
what
their
happens
actions,
with the
they
fucking
wouldn't
cell
be able to
phone
get
shit and
multiple
the
people
computer
to come
shit in these
forward on
cases
their
is
behalf. The
these
reality
fucking
is that it doesn't matter
these
if
police
100 people
departments
came
and detectives
forward
will
and submit their
literally
phone
hit up the
records on
actual
Corey's
fucking
behalf. Her
companies
phone
that whatever
records
the
go
service
against
is
her own
for
statements.
whatever
Happy to
device that you're
clarify or
talking about.
provide
It is
anything
the
else you
most
may
probably
need.
the
I
most
just want this to
accurate
be
fucking
over. I
information you
just
can
want our
get.
lives back and to move
Like,
on and grieve and mourn my husband
they have
without
all of
looking
that
over my
there.
shoulder constantly for you guys. Or
Yes,
the
have fucking.
idiotic
I saw it the
private
day that it was
investigator
released
or the Richins
in the
family.
movie
Whatever I
theaters
can do to help close
because it
this
was the
out,
same week
just
as my
ask,
birthday.
and I'll give you and tell you whatever
Why
you
have
want
you,
to know.
Reaper?
Please check with the lab on those gummies. She's talking about the THC gummies that Eric took. She believed that Eric drinking and using weed gummies
What the fuck?
recreationally was a sign that he had a severe fentanyl problem, which it wasn't.
How
P.S.
does that?
Chad,
Wait,
I hear
huh?
you now are good
How
friends.
is that
The
common?
redacted
Is that common to have those issues and also have that issue? Why do they have a okay?
family. Their son
That's
and my
probably
son
one of the
play
things
on
I
the
didn't
same
like
soccer
about the
team.
fucking
When
movie
Eric
is the
passed,
fucking word and
Redacted
the
took over coaching.
using
You
milk
guys could
and
even
milking
chat
as
with
much
them
as they
if you
did
feel
on it's like,
necessary. The case against Corey
stop.
wasn't weak, but it wasn't rock
fucking
solid.
stop it.
They had means
That and the whole
motive,
master
but the
splinter thing,
case
which I
lacked
talked about in
definitive
the
proof that Corey had ever procured
in the
fentanyl.
stream the same day that I actually fucking watched
On May
the movie.
2nd, 2023, the police would interview a woman who previously worked cleaning houses for Corey's real estate business. This woman would only be identified as CL, as she was already in prison on multiple accounts of possessions of a controlled substance with intent to distribute, possession of a controlled substance, and possession of drug paraphernalia. When speaking with CL, she stated that between 2012 and February of 2022, Corey had texted her and asked if she could sell her fentanyl, stating that she was getting it for an investor who had a back injury. Within a matter of days, the cleaner had procured hydrocodone for Corey and was instructed to leave the pills at a house Corey was flipping in the area. The hydrocodone was likely what was used to poison Eric's food on Valentine's Day, and given that Eric had
To kill
survived
him on
the attempt on
Valentine's
his
Day kinda
life,
sucks,
Corey
too.
allegedly contacted CL a second time, this time asking for $900 worth of fentanyl pills. According to court documents, Corey allegedly stated that the hydrocodone was not strong enough, and she needed something stronger. She wanted, quote, some Michael Jackson stuff, unquote.
What the
CL
fuck?
once again obtained the drugs, gave them to Corey, and it would seem they were used on March 3rd, when Corey successfully killed her husband.
Oh, so it started Valentine's
On
Day,
May 8th,
ended March
Richins
3rd.
was arrested on charges of aggravated
Confusion.
murder and 3 counts of possession of a controlled substance with intent to distribute. The case against her is strong, but mostly circumstantial. Corey was $1.8 million in debt and had taken out multiple life insurance
Damn.
policies on her husband. If her husband was to perish,
What the
she
fuck?
could take ownership
How
of his
does that?
incredibly successful
I'm sorry, that
business,
is
as well
so
as cash in his
fucking
life insurance
suspect.
and exploit his passing as she saw fit. Not only would she be out of debt, but she would be able to use his demise for profit and live the life she had always wanted. She had lied numerous times in the investigation, mostly centering around what she had done the night of his death, and Eric had
That's
been
so-
suspicious
I
of
don't
her
know, man.
prior
That's so
to his
fucking
death,
sus,
but the case
dude.
was not completely cut and dry. Corey's defense has argued, and will likely continue to argue in court, that she is the victim in all of this. If her phone records are to be believed, she was up the night her husband perished, walking around the house. That does not mean that she killed her husband or knew he was in their shared bedroom overdosing. It's also not unheard of that one of their children could have taken her phone and used it that night, wandering around the home while she was
Yeah,
in
I'm
bed
kind of
with one of their
surprised
other
they didn't
sons.
like try to claim
Similarly,
that as a
her
defense
history with her
tactic.
husband's side of the family is contentious, as she is fighting for control of her husband's estate. They could very well be lying about what Eric had claimed about her prior to his death in order to retain access to his finances. And, given that CL is already in prison on drug charges that would be lessened if she worked with the investigation, she too could be lying, and Corey could be completely innocent of everything that she's being put on trial for. As of today, Corey was denied bail and will stay in prison until her trial. Her 3 sons are currently in the custody of an unnamed relative. and Eric's sister has
Good.
filed to get custody
Dude,
of them.
as long as
this
they're-
case is
yeah.
ongoing, we will continue to update this story.
That
Let
has
us
to
know what you
suck
believe
from the
happened
children's
down below
perspective.
in
You
the
lost your
comments. Do you
fucking
think Corey killed her husband?
dad,
Why or why
then
not?
stuff was
And if
kind of
not, what
iffy
do you
between
believe
the police
happened?
and your
I look
mom.
forward to
And then
reading
she's
all of your
getting interviewed and all this
responses. Thank you
other
for
stuff,
watching,
and
and
then
remember,
your mom's
stay
taken
safe.
away, and you end up at a
Dear
relative's
Judge
house.
Mrazek, I'm here today
While waiting to go to
represent my
another
brother,
relative's
Eric
house
Eugene
for a
Richins,
legal thing to happen.
whose
Like,
life was taken in a senseless act of poisoning on March 3rd, 2022. His wife, the defendant, has been accused of committing this crime. If she is found guilty, she has committed the ultimate act of betrayal. Eric is gone, and I am brokenhearted.
at least she's pretending to be kind
He
of
was my
upset.
best friend and
It looks like
protector.
she's trying to look kind
The
of.
feeling of loss is so great it is visceral. And with the sorrow comes wave of panic at not being able to see him again. I can never talk to him,
Yes.
never hug him again.
Gotta love
and never
fucking
more
core
be a part of
audio,
his
dog.
life.
Why does core audio suck
Eric's
so
world
bad
revolved around
usually?
his family,
Either the
his
audio
love for
quality
hunting,
sucks or it's only available in like
family
one
ranch, and
ear.
his intense drive as a successful entrepreneur. Being born into the Richins legacy shaped Eric's formative years and resulted in a lifetime of hard work, dedication, and fierce loyalty. At an early age, Eric learned the joys of keeping horses and cows around. He spent
Cows,
countless
yes.
hours helping our dad work the ranch.
Horses are awesome
hauling
too, but
hay,
cows they have a
feeding
special place
animals,
in my
and
heart,
mending
man.
fences. He loved our family unconditionally and was a devoted son.
Like, it
brother,
seems like
uncle,
she's
and
trying to
father.
at least pretend to be sad. Again, if she
Eric was a
actually did
family
do it,
man
which
who always
there's
strove
not a
to be the
ton of
absolute
evidence,
best
and that's
father
the
and
issue with
husband.
this case. But there's
He was
enough
an
evidence
attentive
I
and
really
loving
feel
father
like
to his
she
3
did
sons,
something.
and a devoted
be weird
husband
if
to
she
his wife
fucking
of
didn't.
almost 9 years.
Like I
Corey,
said, the
the
last
defendant.
one leaned, in my opinion, that she
Eric
was
did
more
absolutely
innocent
everything
than
in his power
guilty.
to provide his family and his 3 sons.
And this one
with every
definitely more
possible
guilty than
opportunity
innocent.
To learn, grow, and have fun. He was the coach or assistant coach on all his boys' teams, which included soccer, basketball, and baseball. He spent countless hours coaching and teaching the boys to play aggressive and give it their all. Eric truly cared about every single child he coached and wanted the absolute best for all of them. There was never a dull moment when you were around Eric, whether it was him showing up to a family dinner with no socks or the sleeves torn off of his shirt because he had to make an emergency bathroom stop along the way, or his calling to tell you he rolled the four-wheeler for the upteenth time is stuck and he needs you to come get him.
Jesus
It was
Christ.
never boring. Eric loved to have fun and always wanted to make sure everyone else did as well. He owned almost every motorized toy possible, from four-wheelers and side-by-sides
What
to
the
trucks and snowmobiles, and was so excited to share this
Camera's
with his
like,
sons.
cameraman's like, oh yeah, panning on her.
He had the perfect combination of business sense and foresight. He built a very successful masonry business from the ground up and helped many friends do the same. He had a special ability to build close relationships with everyone he worked with, which really allowed his business to thrive. Eric loved every aspect of his job, but most of all, he loved the people he worked for and those he worked with. Eric faithfully supported organizations that he truly believed in. He never was one that wanted recognition or accolades. He did most things anonymously and without recognition. Eric was a true champion of all people. It did not matter if you were an employee, friend, family, or the next random
Yeah,
person
she's doing a
walking down the
decent
street.
job. You
If
know, how, like
needed
some
anything,
people,
you could
some
count on him.
we've seen in some of these
He truly
cases
cared
during
about
the
each
court
person
stuff
he
that they
met.
just do not care,
Eric
or they
loved
do not care how
fully,
they're
laughed
perceived.
loudly, and lived life with reckless abandon.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
He enjoyed great adventures to far-off places, but also cherished
But
the
like,
small
she
and
seems
finer
to at
things in
least
life.
have some like you know
No
what I mean? Like,
obstacle
she
was
just
too
has
great
some
for
poise
Eric.
about it. Because
He
I hate
simply
the
viewed
fucking.
each one as a
It's got to be
challenge.
extra
No peak
traumatic
was
for the
too
fucking
high,
victims
and the
involved
next
because they're
adventure was
victims,
always
right?
just
They
around the
lost
next
someone
bend.
that they're never gonna be able to see
Words
again.
cannot
They're
describe the
never gonna have a
loneliness
connection
and
with that
loss that is
person again.
felt in
It's
every
gone
heart that
for
was
the rest
lucky
of their
enough to know
life.
him.
Like,
Eric was such
to
an
have
inspiration and role
who
model
might
for us all.
who is the
His
suspected
losses
like
created a
reason as to
Grand
why you're
Canyon
going through
size
all
hole in
that
this
grief just
community.
act disrespectful
Except
throughout the
instead of
entire
taking
thing
millions of years
kills
to
me.
slowly form, our worlds
Like
changed
that
overnight.
has to suck.
His 3 boys' entire worlds, and
Like,
their
to lose
perspectives on
someone to
life
someone like
changed.
that. It's just like, God
None
damn.
of our lives will ever be the same. Eric died under horrendous circumstances. I am tormented at the thought of what he endured. I play it out in my mind. I go through the terrible sequence of events. I wonder when he realized he was in mortal danger. I wonder what Corey may have said to him in his last moments. How long was he conscious, knowing he would die? Where were Eric's boys when all of this happened? Did they hear Eric's body fall to the ground? Did they catch a glimpse of their father taking his last breath? It's torture to think of. Why did Eric lose his life? Why did the boys lose their father? Was it because of Corey's greed and desire to get life insurance and other assets? If so, that is abhorrent. How could anyone value life, human life so cheaply? I cannot comprehend it. I'm overflowing with grief.
Like, I'd like to know if she's actually crying, which is, again, a weird thing to say, but a lot of people who have been to these court cases or interrogated these people afterwards will be like, oh, they were crying real tears, or it was all fake, it was all an act. And it's hard to tell on camera usually. I mean,
kindness.
But
there's no comfort to be had here.
Especially the fucking
There's no
quality of
consoling
most
thought in the way
cameras
Eric
throughout the
died.
legal system.
In his last moments, after being intentionally poisoned, he was faced with betrayal and terror. The thought of it is unbearable. I am haunted by the horror of it. This last year has been a living hell for our family. We have watched as Corey has paraded around portraying herself as a grieving widow and victim while trying to profit from the death of my brother. Both by trying to profit from a book about his death and trying to get life insurance and assets that should go exactly where Eric wanted them to his boys. Immediately after Eric was killed, Corey told us she could not help us get anything ready for the funeral as she was too distraught with grief.
Yeah, serious? No, genuinely.
We shortly found out that
ridiculous.
was not true at all. In fact, she pulled herself together enough to go close on the purchase of a $2 million home, hire a real estate agent, hire an architect to create CAD drawings of the home, hire a lawyer in order to file a lawsuit on Eric's trust, hire a locksmith to come break into and clean out my brother's safe, and attempt to have Eric cremated.
Damn.
about the
Okay,
strength
that in
and
itself
resolve
is
to do
slightly
most of this
suspect.
within
Everything else you could
48
kind
hours
of write off, right? Is like, oh, people process grief differently.
assaulted.
You could even argue that if they were devil's advocate, if they really were like celebrating finalizing the purchase of a house and like other things, you could even argue that the person who's grieving is going through with that purchase because it was like one of the last things that they talked about or agreed on. But like, why the push to have him cremated? That's weird. I'm sorry. Maybe it's just because I'm kind of biased and I have the opinion of, yeah, the person should be put to rest. But I feel like in that opinion or in that circumstance, I wouldn't necessarily want to like wreck anything that could help find who, like, why this happened. Because it seems sussy. It just is.
I will never forget.
It
the look
seems
in
like
her
that's a
eyes
very like a
when
guilty
she
person
attacked me
thing to
that
do, you
Sunday
know.
morning. It was early and had been snowing most of the night. I was just getting ready to leave and heading out to the car when I saw a locksmith in Eric's detached garage starting to drill out his gun safe. I asked Corey multiple times why we could not just call my dad for the code. I could not understand why she was breaking into and ruining Eric's safe. To this, she screamed at me at the top of her lungs, called me some
And
inappropriate
that seems
things I
weird
cannot share
too.
with
I'm
you
sorry.
here, and then told me to get out of her house. It was then that I told her that she could not kick me out of my brother's house. My sister Katie was now the executor of Eric's trust and estate, and just like Eric, she would not want the defendant breaking into his gun safe. Corey looked at me with pure hatred and rage. I was messing up her plan. I was getting in her way, and because of that, she attacked me.
Shit.
She punched me in the face and neck multiple times. It took 4 people to pull her off me that day.
Damn.
Before the funeral, Corey opened a bank
And again,
account.
devil's advocate, I guess you could say the whole like she's freaking out because I mean it's a highly charged situation, but I don't know, man. Why would you be motivated to fucking do what she was doing? Like, what would be the motivator? You can argue the house, you can argue like preemptively hiring like lawyers and stuff. Just if you're smart enough, you will see some of that shit coming. Like because you're the partner, because of this and that. But like, dude,
and asked everyone that was
that's
grieving
just
to
that's
send
so
her money
fucking
instead of sending the family cards and flowers. It was not even 2 weeks after Eric's passing.
Like,
that we were
devil's
told
advocate,
she
you
had
could
taken
also
down.
argue that that's because you're planning on, like, picking up the expenses for his funeral or end of life celebration, or you're maybe possibly worried about the future that you have with your children, which were his children. Like, you could even argue that.
All but one photo
But,
of my brother
man,
and removed all his clothing from the house.
that's,
Corey put together a
again,
golf
weird, but it
tournament
could be a
in Eric's
grief
name
thing.
2 months after his death, on what would have been his 40th birthday, and told his family, all of us, that we were not allowed to attend.
Like, that's just bitter and wrong.
Since Eric's death, it has come to our attention that Corey took out multiple life insurance policies on Eric without his knowledge.
That's just so
It appears that she
fucking...
forged his signature
That's
on
the
various documents,
guiltiest shit,
assigned
dude.
herself as Eric's durable power of attorney, inappropriately diverted money from his business to herself, and assigned herself as beneficiary of
Okay.
Eric's portion of our mother's retirement account. I should also not forget to mention the multiple life insurances she has taken out on the boys.
Jesus Christ.
Her
Okay,
most
that's
recent
concerning.
business venture was
That
offering
is
a
so
children's book
concerning.
about how to help grieving children cope with the loss of the death of a parent. In this book, she had the audacity to use the boys' real names and even use their
Oof.
last family portrait. Her behavior gives me great concern, as she has exploited
Yeah,
the boys for
that
money and will
is just
likely do so
gross.
again.
Like,
In addition, Corey has weaponized Eric's children, manipulating my dad to do or not do things by threatening to cut him out of their lives if he did not capitulate to her demands. She similarly deprived the boys of contact with myself, my sister, and her daughters, unless we agreed to give her the money in Eric's trust. Money that Eric
that's
wanted
kind
to
of
go to
fucking
his
too.
3 children. As if that were not enough, I've been told that Corey started telling their 3 little boys that none of Eric's family or friends loved them.
That's...
She apparently
Okay,
told
if
them none of
that's
us
fucking
cared for
true,
them or
that's
wanted to be around
horrible.
them,
What the
even though that
fuck?
is the exact opposite
These
of
children
what
are
was
already going through the fucking loss of
We
a
all want
parent,
nothing
and
more
then
than
they
to be
have
there
their
for those
mother
3 little boys, my
fucking
nephews.
lying to them
Yet
and
Corey
being
has
like,
made
yeah, the
sure
rest
to
of the
cut us
family
out
wants
of
nothing
every
to do
aspect
with
of their
you.
lives. This is all just a brief summary and the start of what our family has been through over the last year. We have scarcely gone a day without finding out some new allegations or evidence regarding something Corey appears to have maliciously done to attack and undermine my brother, his 3 little boys, and our family. We have all been there since the beginning of Corey's
Look
and
at
Eric's
the fucking
relationship.
people staring
I was
at
there
her,
on one of
man.
their first dates.
Jeez.
We were there at the wedding. We were there when each of the boys were born. We have been there for every birthday party, school graduation, and rodeo. We welcomed her into our family and treated her as one of us. Not only did she betray our brother, it feels as though she has murdered and taken away a part of our souls as well. Because of her actions, there has not been a day that has gone by we have not lived with paralyzing anxiety and fear, worrying for the boys' lives as well as our own.
Rodeo. God damn it.
I may be naive,
God damn
but I
it.
never knew evil like this existed. If Corey was in
Some
fact
people
willing
just
to kill Eric
they
for
don't
money,
they
who's
aren't
to
exposed
say
to things, which isn't
what
necessarily
she
a
will
bad
not
thing,
do,
I
who would
guess.
be
I
next?
just
Corey
you
was in
always
a
hear that in
desperate
cases
financial
like
situation
fucking
when Eric
this
was
where they're
killed,
just like
and that
I
situation
couldn't
seems
imagine
even
a
worse
person
now.
doing this, or I
We
never would have
understand
thought
that
I
Rich,
would
she
be
has
in this
defaulted on
situation.
loans
It's
and is
like
already a
I
defendant
guess
in
that
other
would be kind of
lawsuits
the
based on
default
her
thinking,
financial
but I don't
misdeeds.
know.
I am truly
I'm really
concerned
into
that
true
she will
crime,
stop
so
at nothing
I've thought
to
of
dig her way out
situations
of
and
problems,
scenarios that I mean
including murder.
statistically probably won't happen to me,
She
but
seems
like
devoid of moral
it's not
sensibility, and there is
impossible,
no
just highly
telling what she will
improbable.
do if she is released. Judge Mrazek, her fate lies in your hands. Please do not allow Corey to use the fraudulent life insurance proceeds to get out on bail. That would be morally reprehensible. Please do not allow Corey to take advantage and make a mockery of our justice and legal system anymore. She has done enough.
Damn.
Please do not allow Corey to hurt Eric's memory, our family, friends, and community.
This is a powerful
anymore.
fucking
We have
statement,
been through
man.
enough.
Like this is really well
Please
written.
do
I
not
don't know
give
if
Corey the
she
opportunity
fully
to
did
hurt
it or
Eric's
if she
three
like had
boys
help,
anymore.
but
They have lost enough and have been through enough. Since Eric's death, we have learned and unfortunately are continually reminded that Corey is desperate, greedy, and extremely manipulative. If she gets out on bail, I will be afraid not only for my own life and those of all of my family, but most importantly for the lives of Eric's 3 sons.
It's gotta suck too.
family
Again,
has
if
already
what she's
suffered
saying is
enough.
true,
Please do
to
not
be
let
in a
Corey out
position
on
where you're
bail, where she
grieving
will
and
be a
dealing
risk
with
to do
the
further
situation
harm.
of losing like a
Please
sibling,
protect
you know,
Wyatt,
or a
put
fucking
his
brother,
life on
a
the line
son,
for
you,
his 3 boys.
but also being actually scared for the safety of your fucking younger family members, his fucking kids, man. His fucking kid. No, we saw this already, you
The
fool.
courtroom clips you're
No,
witnessing went
back.
viral.
Fuck
A
you,
sibling.
man. That's crazy, man. Any spouse taking multiple life insurance policies on their significant other should be investigated. She tried poisoning him multiple times, and he told people. That's the top comment. Yeah, that to me comes off kind of scummy. Like, I don't know. Writing a fucking children's book regarding children grieving a father, using her own children's names and, like, artwork based off of the individuals and shit. One of her secret Google searches was luxury prisons for the rich in America. What? I think it's sadder in this case because, like, he knew some shit was happening. Like, he knew. He was close to getting... It's kind of the same issue I've had with the last couple of cases that involved kind of the same situation, but gender swapped, where the female was, like, in a bad situation and knew that she was probably going to die soon, and actually was starting to fear or feared for her life, and, like, was taking those beginning steps to actually be free.
Talking about loss with kids can be
Like, he was trying to do that. He was looking into and starting the divorce process. Like, it makes me sad because, like, in a lot of those cases, the person isn't quiet about the fact that they do have very real fears about their significant other, or they're very concerned about situations with their significant other. And I know that, yeah, that's not direct evidence because, you know, you can have people testify that, but no one knows for sure if that's something that actually came out of that person's mouth. It's just like, dude. Bro, there's an enemy in Elden Ring that wears a golden pumpkin helmet that's spookily luxurious as hell. I must have its soul. Let's go, dog. But yeah. Those cases, the last two especially, made me fucking angry, dude. They made me angry, and now I want to make mochi donuts, and I can't make a mochi donut, so I'm even more angry. That's not the same thing. It's not the same thing. I wish I had tomorrow off. Technically, I can call in, but that means that I do not have room to call in like any fucking other day for the next fucking 4 or 5 months. True crime making you angry? Are you cure? Shut. Right now. Nice. Moon is playing with my squishy. I got a squishy and it's a cup of coffee. You're a bad fucking influence. I shouldn't call in because I should save at least 1 point in case of emergency. I try to be somewhat smart. Oh my god. Shut up. Shush. Technically, I think I can get away with leaving early tomorrow. Let me check. I love that I can actually download my work app so I can just see things like that now. Before, it was a whole process. I had to fucking go on the website on the computer, sign in, verify with 2-step authentication, which took extra time. Sometimes re-sign in, and it's like, it's not that exclusive, man. Stop. No one's gonna try to hack my shit just to see my schedule. Like, that's the dumbest shit. Technically, I've always had access. Well, technically, it's always been available. I haven't always had access to the app for my work because my old phone was so fucking old. Fucking 2015 fucking ass phone. Yeah, I have 2 hours of well, technically I have almost 2.5 hours, but I might use 2 hours tomorrow. I'll be like, hey, I gotta leave at 6:30. If I do that, I might pop on and play some Luigi's Mansion. It also might just be Fortnite. I don't know. It all depends on how things go. Alright, and I might have to double check to see if, Jesus Christ, how? See, the way it works at my work, because I'm full-time and because I have worked for the company for more than 4 years. Damn. I earn roughly an hour and I think 10 or 15 minutes of PPTO every 40 hours that I work. So ideally, I actually earn an hour and some change basically every week that I work. Because I try to make sure that I'm working at least 40 hours a week. And since I was pushed to full-time, that's not really an issue. Before, I had to kind of like beg to stay later. And now it's like, yeah, I'm automatically at fucking 40 hours. The only weeks I have slightly less time are the weeks I obviously request more time off, like the random weeks that I'll have 3 days off in a row. But even then, that's 32 hours, and that's if I don't stay late any other day or anything. But I work tomorrow, and the next day, the same shift, and then Thursday I'm there till close, and then Friday I have off, and I think I've been doing closings for a few days. The next, like, multiple days off in a row I have is the 22nd and 23rd off, which is kind of nice. I don't know. We'll see what happens tomorrow. It'll partially be down to my mood, too, because technically, honestly, I'd rather save my PPTO until I have, like, enough for a full shift and I can just call in. But some days it's really nice to just leave like an hour or two early. Especially if you're feeling like overwhelmed or whatever. I don't know. It's one of those things, bro. So unintentionally, the last two cases that we looked at were kind of very similar. Just different, like, Luigi's Mansion. I already knew taking this job, though, I wasn't more than likely going to get, like, actual vacation time or actual, like, specific time off. Like, technically, I think I have 20 hours of PTO, but the problem, at least for the company that I work with, when you earn PTO and you want to use it, you have to... No, I didn't get a new job. I'm talking about old job shit. You have to request it something like 4 weeks in advance, because the idea is it's vacation time, and then it has to actually get approved. Now, depending on basically who's in charge and who's actually maintaining the system when it comes to all of the schedule related stuff, depends on what happens there. But I want to say 8 out of 10 times those requests get shot down. And at that point, it's like, why even give me PTO if I can't use it? Technically, end of year, they'll pay you for the amount that you've saved up, but PTO caps at a certain amount of hours, which is kind of frustrating, especially combined with the fact that at least at the location that I work at, it seems like it doesn't always get approved. Well, PTO is vacation time, technically, but you can use it for only, like, a span of a day if you want. Like, if I knew I had an appointment at a specific day, like, a month and a half from now, I would submit a PTO request, and then because it's medical, I would then go to my manager. Nice. Switch moment. I would then go to the manager above my manager, and I'd be like, okay, so I requested this specific day off. I'm using PTO, and it's for a medical thing, and then I may or may not have to provide, like, proof of the appointment or proof of something happening either before or after, but then it'll get approved. I'm just saying, like, 8 out of 10 times if I go through and I'm like, you know what, I want to have like half a week off 5 months from now. PTO. Paid time off. There's paid time off at my work, and there's protected paid time off. Protected paid time off is the good shit, because that's the stuff you can use either last minute when you call in to cover your shifts, or if you come into your shift late, or if you leave early. And you don't get smacked on the PP for that. What the hell? I've just fucking images for a Waluigi costume on my fucking phone I forgot about. God, I want to get some costume stuff. Just random shit, dog. Actually, my fucking photo gallery for my phone is just weird. It's the weirdest mix of pussy pictures and, like, craft stuff, and it is weird, man. We have paid time off, unpaid time off, and vacation. I mean, technically, you can request unpaid time off, but a lot of people don't do that because there's a high chance it's going to get declined. Like, they very randomly approve unpaid time off. And then paid time off is the vacation time for us. And they, again, there's an issue with that because so far almost every time I put in for PTO, they don't fucking approve it for me. And it's months in advance. And it's not on key dates usually because I don't celebrate a lot of the traditional holidays. It's usually like for appointment stuff or if I know my family's going to be doing something that day. And so far, literally almost every time. The only one that got approved was, funnily enough, for the 9th of August. That's the first time I put a request in and it's got approved for PTO. We also get VTO, but that's up to the managers if they give it out. Yeah, it sounds like your job isn't too bad when it comes to all that. I think part of my problem is my job is very specifically retail, having to deal specifically with the public. I feel like I'd have less issues with a lot of stuff, probably through a different company, but doing something else like stocking or that kind of shit. Because schedules be hectic when you no. Dude, if I could, I would switch to overnight stalker in a heartbeat. I can't do overnight stalking only because because I still live with family. It's not good schedule wise. There's actually, they get paid I think $1.50 more than I currently do an hour to do overnight stalking. They don't have to deal with the public, which is fucking awesome. And once they get their, like, once they know how to do their job, they're even allowed to like bring music and shit. Like they can bring headsets, earbuds. On days that I close, you'll have people starting the overnight shift because they come in like technically half an hour before we close, starting a half an hour before we close, and they'll come in with fucking radios and boom boxes. Like there's genuinely this one dude that comes in and he always brings a boom box with him, so you just hear music emanating from different areas of the store. I still live with family, doesn't stop me. Well, I guess that's fair. It just wouldn't be feasible with my situation. My family would not put up with that. Which is annoying, but it is what it is. I've recommended that Ewok should... Nice. I've recommended that Ewok should try to pick up an overnight position because he's not a very social creature. He's very bad. And like, I'm not great in social situations. He just straight up can't with them. So I feel like after the speed bumps that would be like training for the job, he'd actually thrive in that kind of environment because he's only interacting with a few people and he's not dealing with like the general public. I straight up do not think he'd last a single shift as either a cashier or like a customer service person. I don't think he could. And that's not me being rude. That's just, I don't think he could actually hold on to the job. But yeah, I don't know. I think I could have a much worse job. I'm just happy I have a job to begin with. At this point, it's just been a little extra stressful lately. I can't wait until all the managers are done taking their vacations, and I can't wait until a couple of my coworkers are done. The problem is a few of my coworkers that we rely heavily on actually work multiple jobs. And during certain times of the year, they actually have to pay more attention and be more active on the other job that they're working, which is understandable given the circumstances, and it makes sense, but it just sucks for everyone else that's working, you know, around those same hours or in those departments, because it's like, fuck, man, this would be so much easier if I had someone to, like, cover me or if I had someone to help. That's the one thing I've learned about where I work. I knew it'd be understaffed because it's retail, but it's comically understaffed way too often. Earlier this month we had, technically I think end of last month, beginning of this month, we had fucking one manager literally do all of the closing shifts 7 days in a row, which I don't think is fully legal, number one. But, like, number two, he was wrecked by the end of it. Sucks ass. Ewok needs that experience. I mean, I feel like everyone should have some customer service / retail experience, just because I feel like if you are able to, like, maintain a job somewhat long-term in those fields, that shows that you're good to a certain degree with people or in those like kind of stressful environments, which could look good on your resume. Overall, for the whole like career job thing, at least in the US for sure, that shit is just straight fucked. Like, it kind of is. Unless you're going for a very specific career path. I would just say do what's best in your position. What you can handle mentally, physically, and what's actually available around you. I probably still wouldn't have my job if it was farther away or if other stuff did happen that hasn't happened. It's just, for right now, it's currently the best option for me in terms of pay, availability, and distance from home. It just makes sense. Why is this frozen? What the fuck? My computer is being weird. Bro, I deadass really want to fucking make mochi donuts. I can't go to the store and get this shit. I mean, technically, I could, but I don't want to leave the house at 9:30 to make mochi donuts. You know? I could Instacart. It'd be spending money I don't actually want to spend, but could be. It just baffles me that your family, the majority is willing to make big bucks even when... Okay. Well, again, I've mentioned before, like, I understand. I can't even understand as much as I don't agree with it, like my mom to a certain degree. She does struggle with mental health issues. She's continually struggled on that, and like other stuff adds to that. It's not a one-dimensional situation. It just annoys me. And then with endo, you have the chronic spinal pain, and it's like, I get it. I think he mentioned the Discord. I'm not 100% sure, but I think right now his plan is he wants to actually submit for disability stuff because of his physical impairments. Which, it's not necessarily a dumb position given his situation and the fact that he does live in a household with other people and he doesn't have to worry about certain bills right now. And then, of course, Moon is just a teenager. She's not even qualified to work anywhere yet. And Ewok is a fucking gremlin, that's the problem. He really is not okay. And so, like, he's definitely on the spectrum. He can't. It's not that he can't, it's just, I don't know. I don't know how to say it without sounding rude. I mean, Endo's talked about it, but there was at one point where he literally hid behind a tree when they were on a dog walk to avoid social interaction, and he didn't, like, think that was weird or, like, regret it in hindsight. It's just... he needs a very specific job. Like I said, I think stalking or, like, something behind the scenes, Ewok could actually, like, be good at doing and maintain a job for that, but I really don't think he could work, like, anything dealing with public. I don't think he could. Unless it was, like, very niche, like, fucking computer shop or something. Because he's kind of a nerd. But he's just not good with people. It just sucks because the way it works out is it's just me and my dad working. And I feel bad that my dad even has to work because, honestly, he's been in chronic pain for fucking years since I was tiny. And I really don't think he should be working or should have been working for as long as he has. Bro thinks he's Michael Myers. I don't think editor's planning on hopping in the stream at all. I've been feeling the need to buy another Sentai costume because the site gave me an email for 15% off. Expensive though, oof. Spend it on Elden Ring and said, here's where I have to say, Instacarting the ingredients for mochi donuts is money that I wouldn't plan to spend, but I can guarantee you it'll be cheaper than buying Elden Ring. You fool. You absolute buffoon. I don't know. I could always write up a list of ingredients, grab stuff tomorrow during the day, and on the way out of work, and then get home and make some stuff. I've been in the mood to cook more recently. Like, stuff I haven't cooked before, and then just comfort stuff like cornbread. I think the biggest issue right now, if I tried to do like a live stream where I was doing anything that wasn't by my computer, is is my mic setup because I still don't know. I would have to buy like one of those fucking portable like clip-on mics. Like, what are they called? I forget the name of it for them because it's not clip-on mics. It's something else. That type of mic though. Because currently I wouldn't be able to. I'd have to use my fucking iPhone fucking microphone, and that is shit. Watching Gordon Ramsay shows makes me want to cook, but I'm also lazy. The mics that go onto Booba, yes, that mic. Booba mic. I still want to actually like not attempt an actual full-on like anything involving cooking until I have at least a better camera. Like I said, I feel like Jimmy rigging a fucking GoPro would probably be the best option for me because it could literally be on like my chest / torso, and you guys can see me do stuff, and it'll be from a point of view that I actually want it to be from, and hopefully it'd be decent quality image, like the actual camera. So I don't know. We call it Titty Mike. Okay. It's not its name, but okay. Yeah, one of those mics. Cause like the camera on my iPhone's okay, but it's not the camera or the mic is so bad, so gross, dog. People also ask, what is sushi pizza made of? I'm assuming fucking sushi ingredients, dog. Noise. I'm definitely gonna have to make these. Yeah. Eventually, like, I do want to do a cooking stream. It's just a matter of the... It's the official name here now. Yeah, yes, titty cam and pussy cam. Beautiful. The fuck? No hell. Do do do. I don't have anything else planned for this evening. I'm still kind of high. I don't know if I'm gonna crash and watch some YouTube, do some like mild gaming on my phone / my Switch, maybe play some more Mario Kart. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. The whole point of today for me was really just to let loose and relax for a little bit, because good lord, the last couple of days have been just like oddly stressful. Like I talked about at the beginning of the last stream yesterday, for some fucking reason there's something in the air, dude. I don't know. Fucking, I still am processing the fact that a motherfucker wanted to stab one of my coworkers and like actively like partially threatened it / let it be known, and then just waited outside the exit like, huh? Yeah. Well, specifically Animal Crossing Pocket Camp, they're doing an event right now where every like, I want to say hour and a half, 2 hours, you go to a specific spot in the game, you can do fishing. And then the length of the fish, every so often you get a prize, and yeah, you missed all of that, I think, but fuck, man. Yeah, no, there was an actual situation where I had to deal with someone that was actively threatening to fucking talking about stabbing a bitch. I'm just like, Jesus Christ, can we not? Yeah, game of fish. Installing, fucking do it. It's not an exciting game, but it's like, it's a good game to take your time up, I think. Like when you have like really sporadic spare time, I usually jump on it to kind of de-stress during work breaks. What the hell? What the hell? What are you talking? No. What are you talking about, zombie? Next week I have a little more time off, just because, no. That is not what you do with the fish. Next week I have slightly more time off because the way I do my scheduling for Twitch and the way that my work does scheduling for my work has been really weird lately, so. Of course I remember. No, I don't like. That shit was terrifying, dude. I've seen some shit on the internet. That shit was terrifying. How fucking dare you? I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go downstairs and see if I can play some fucking Mario Kart with my siblings. Lol, remember Arbiter? Tell Leprechaun to play it. She won't play. Wow, can we stop using that fucking rude? Fucking rude, man. No, I'm not fucking telling anyone to play it. No. Ireland. Imagine having culture. Aww, Buzzspot has been kind of on point the last. What? This stream and the last stream? What the fuck? God damn it! Stop. I'm kind of surprised neither of you said whiskey though. I think I would be potato. Okay. All right. Oh no. That's no good. That's no fucking good. Just drunk. Wow. I think I'm definitely done for now, and no one thinks so. What is it that I'm thinking of then? Is my brain mistaking alcohols? Because I was thinking it was something that was a liquor. My brain, for some reason, said whiskey. I don't know. My brain doesn't know what it's talking about right now. It's in the 5th dimension, just chilling. I hope tomorrow's a calm work day. Honestly, I hope the next couple of days are calm work days. I don't like the fucking gifts that you share with invisible creatures crawling on the screen hypnotic. Why do you do that? If I was on my phone, that would have probably freaked me out. Yeah. The thing you posted in the Discord. What do you mean, huh? But yeah, so the next time I'm going to be on Twitch is going to be probably Thursday morning. Around 10 a.m. playing some more Fortnite. I'm not going to be on Twitch tomorrow or Wednesday, but I will probably hop on Fortnite and or Fallout 76. I've been wanting to play Fallout 76. If I didn't have a stream planned this evening, I probably would have hopped on Fallout 76 and just dicked around on it. I'm gonna try to play probably both of those games tomorrow after work and Wednesday after work, because tomorrow and Wednesday I work the same shift. I'm gonna be out of work at 8:30, which means I'm gonna be home around like 8:45, 9. Yeah. That'd give me like an hour to like play something on my computer before Moon either has to go to bed or is already in bed. And then I actually have Friday off, so Thursday probably I'm gonna try for... I might try to plan ahead and post my schedule Thursday morning, but no promises. Friday I'm definitely gonna be streaming, I just don't know what, because I know for a fact I have Friday off. I forgot, I just randomly post gifts I find, fair enough. You have such a cursed collection of gifts saved, I guarantee it. I remember playing Batman Arkham Origins with mods. Ooh. Playing his best Batman, Nightfall Batman. Ooh. I wouldn't do Luigi's Mansion because I'm not streaming it. What are you talking, or are you talking about Friday? More than likely, dog. That's what's gonna happen. I'm still trying to figure out how to 100% legally get away with playing the next Luigi's Mansion game on my PC. I'm still brainstorming. And editor's helping, so we might find a way around certain things to get something set up, but no guarantees. I might skip to the one on the Switch, because isn't there one on the Switch? I'm gonna feel guilty for buying that game, but excited, because that one's also expensive. Why are video games so fucking expensive, dog? Like, real talk? Real talk. Actual genuine talk. I feel like games have gotten so much more expensive. Why? I've heard emulators for the second game is ass. Yeah, we may or may not be running into difficulties, but we'll figure it out. It's fine. God fucking damn it. Fuck. Whose voice comes to mind when I just read all caps? Fuck. You're doing okay, Hypnotic. I I feel like I would be the fucking adult friend that would just like show up at a buddy's house fucking high with like either food or something to do and be like, let's fucking chill, dog. What in the fuck are you talking about? We are not talking about anal right now, dog. I go to the Discord, the entire Discord is just a fucking row of like, yo, welcome to this fucking server, dog, and then Spooter. Just Spooter. That is the realest. No anal sad face emoji. It makes me think of the fucking video. So no head. So fucking good, dog. He's so upset. He's so angry. Oh my god, I can't. Although tomorrow if I cave, and I'm still deciding. It's so sad, isn't it? I'm still deciding. I might fucking cave and fucking try to Instacart the ingredients for mochi donuts and make mochi donuts tonight. I don't know. I haven't fully decided what I'm doing tonight. I don't know. We'll see. We will see what occurs over the next couple days off stream. I don't know. I still have been putting off just because I haven't had a shit ton of free time. Like, it feels like when I have free time lately, I just want to relax. So, like, I default to, like, either streaming mode or I literally am so tired I sleep extra during the fucking day just to kind of recharge my batteries. And, I end up doing nothing on my day off, which is frustrating. Or nothing super productive. Like, I feel like if I had slightly more time off, I'd be able to organize my thoughts better and, like, do stuff. I don't know. It's probably just the nature of, like, being busy at all. Just being like, God, I wish I had more free time. And I have so much shit that I want to do. I have, like, a whole list. And it's shit that I can do, too. It's, like, the whole digital art thing. Doing some more playing stuff with that. Fucking, yeah. Cave and Instacart the ingredients for mochi. Fuck, I didn't catch the rest of what you said. Mochi donuts, dog. They're mochi donuts. I've been wanting to try them for a while because for the last couple of months, a couple of businesses and pre-existing restaurants have popped up and they're just, like, a couple of them are just selling mochi donuts. Yeah. Yes, with holes. Donuts have holes, man. Yeah, let's fucking go. I never do anything productive for God. That just makes me sad. I wish I could kind of adopt that type of, like, be okay with that type of attitude, I guess I should say. I always feel fucking disappointed in myself if I don't get X amount of things done a day, and I still usually just end up feeling disappointed because it's like, well, fuck, I could have done so much more. I could have done so much more. Yeah, mochi donuts look like they're just, like, slightly chewier donuts. They probably have, like, a whole different texture. But the recipe that I was looking at takes yogurt, which we don't have, gluten-free flour, and tapioca flour, because that's what makes the consistency correct, which we don't have, and also vanilla extract, which I know we don't have vanilla extract. We have oil, we have sugar, we have baking powder. I'm pretty sure we have a vegan iteration of milk. This recipe says almond, but I'm sure there's some wiggle room there. But yeah, you, like, add all the ingredients up. It forms a really thick dough. You roll that into tiny balls. You attach the balls so that there's a hole in the center, and then you cook it. And they get bigger. They inflate just a little bit, and apparently they're really good. Like, it's a thing going around right now. Boss. Yeah, actual boss. Let's go. Tomorrow I have work, but it's not till, like, cabron. I need to see your boss. I have work tomorrow morning, but it's, like, late morning. I don't have to leave until 11:15, so I can get away with staying up tonight. Which is what I think I might do, especially if I'm smart enough to at least pack my bag ahead of time, so all I have to do is get dressed tomorrow. Yeah, I need to see your boss. Yeah. You fucking know it, dog. I just love seeing it fucking all together. That's how my brain reads things sometimes. It's beautiful. I looked into like actually doing official testing for like spectrum stuff and other mental disorders, and tests get so expensive. Like depending on the test, it's anywhere between like $500 and like upwards of $4 grand. Just to be diagnosed with a thing. Like, just to be aware that, yeah, this is a thing and have it on your medical record. Like, that fucking pisses me off, dog. Why? Why? Why is it like that? Yeah. Poor Hector. I know it's like a funny haha meme that Endo, like, brings it up constantly, but I would eventually like to actually get tested. It's just, it's so fucking expensive. It's it's stupid. Boss. That's how you should always spell boss. Just boss. And lately Endo's been pushing, you should do a stream where you just look up the online tests for like various fucking spectrum related stuff and other mental health stuff, and I'm just like, number one, I don't know how I feel about that just in general. Number two, if I'm just going off of random internet tests, it's stupid as fuck. And, like, I just don't see the entertaining value. Like, I just don't get it. Because he was told recently how expensive those tests are. He actually brought it up in front of my mom, and my mom was like, those are really fucking expensive to actually officially do. And Endo's immediate reaction was, you could just do online tests. What the fuck are you talking about? No! Although, like I've said before, I don't doubt that I have at least ADHD and, like, issues with depression and anxiety. That doesn't surprise me if I, like, got diagnosed in the future and they were like, yeah, you got this going on, dog. I really wouldn't be surprised. But I always say I wasn't diagnosed because I didn't go through tests for certain things, and I haven't been officially diagnosed. It's like, yeah. I know the people that are diagnosed that get upset at people who are like, I have self-diagnosed myself. I have these 5 things going on. It's like, okay, but you should actually see a doctor. Endo says he provides most of the entertainment value on the channel, but so yeah. I think he just suggested it literally so he could mock me. Like, deadass so he could just sit there and laugh at me. I don't know, man. I still want to do a slime stream, which I feel like no one else will like, but I really want to do it. Part of me wants to, like, eventually save up, get that ASMR fucking mic. You know, the one that looks like a fucking ear? And do some shit to it, dog. You guys will be forced to listen to it. I wouldn't do eating ASMR, but I love the sounds of, like, slime ASMR. Well, some slime ASMR. Like the crackly, slimes and stuff. So that could be kind of fun. But do shit just okay. Okay. What the fuck? Or like do a stream where I make my own slimes. We could do it all together. I could post what recipes I'm doing, and then if y'all wanna like do it as well, we can post results. That could be fun. Snort the slime. I don't wanna. No, I don't think you understand why they exist. No. Alrighty, it is 9:50. I gotta. Holy shit, it's 9:50. I gotta get off. The slimes I'm talking about aren't made of gelatin. You fool. I'm not gonna raid anyone just because we have 3 viewers and I usually decide from whatever. If we're raiding someone. I also don't know if anyone I even know is live right now, so I think I'm just gonna leave it. Bow out peacefully. Like I said, the next 2 days I don't have any streams planned, but I'll probably post in Discord. I'll probably pop on. No. Like the ASMR fucking sensory slimes, you fool. The ones that you squish and that like crackle and pop and feel really good in your hands. Okay. Nice. Very nice. But yeah, so the next 2 days I don't have anything planned on stream, but I'll probably post in the Discord if I'm hopping on. No. I'm telling you right now, it's not. There's plenty of recipes. It's not. Actually, a lot of that kind of slime is made with glue, shaving cream, and I'm missing an ingredient. It's not gelatin, though. It's literally chemical reactions. Gelatin slime is usually, or whatever, gelatin jello. It's not actually slime. That stuff is usually edible. It's not the stuff that you play with. You fool. Yeah, it's like a whole thing now. There's a lot of people that are really into it, so. Oh, that's what I was forgetting. The average, like, base for most slime recipes, although it does depend on, like, if you're doing it. Some companies use chemicals to make the process speedier, so they're not using just like random ingredients, but you can make slime with Elmer's white school glue, some saline solution, baking powder, and then like either food coloring or other coloring. You can also put in scented oils, styrofoam balls, glitter, although I don't ever recommend glitter unless it's bigger glitter. But that's okay. It has a chemical reaction that basically makes slime. Oh my god. Shut up. I'm not talking about the shit that you eat, dog. Also, some slimes also recommend borax. It depends on what you're going with. Because I know for a fact I've seen slime recipes with borax. Yeah. But yeah, so the next couple days, I don't know what I'm doing after work. I'll probably post in the Discord if I'm hopping on Fortnite or if I'm hopping on Fallout 76. I want to play more of that game, but I feel like it's going to take forever to level up. And I really don't think it's a good game to stream, which adds to it. It's like, fuck, man. I don't know. Ew. What the fuck? You had to type that out and then you had to hit the fucking send button, dog. You made several choices. What the fuck? No. But yeah, I'm outie. Thank you to everyone who chilled. This was a pretty okay true crime night. I don't know. Both cases just kind of annoyed me. I don't usually leave true crime night or true crime time and fucking feel that annoyed unless it involves like children or bebes, because those cases frustrate me annoying. But like, this was weird. I have a really upsetting fucking video I shared in the Discord that's true crime that I kind of want to cover on the channel at some point, even if it's a random one. Although I know the outcome of the video and a lot of the details about the like situation that unfolded, but I feel like not enough people are aware of that thing happening and like, oh man. It's fucking, it made me so sad. It hurt my heart watching it. Like, it genuinely fucking, I came into watching that video in like an okay mood and I left and I needed to like listen to some happy music. It was bad. It was very bad and very preventable, which is the worst. So we might check that out at some point in time because I feel like more fuckers should know that this is a real situation that played out, but we'll see what happens. I shared it in the Discord not too long ago because I watched it, but shout out to everybody for sticking around, for watching, for listening, for lurking, for being here. Means a ton to me. Till next stream, friends. Bye.